recording got messed up a little bit, but that's okay. Just so everyone knows, my name is Adam.
I'm Patrick.
And we're bringing you Paradise Games' Thursday night Modern Tournament. We have 14-ish people, so we'll be doing 4 rounds of Modern. And this is round 1. We are currently Kiki Cord versus Blue White Tron. And it looks like Cade Martin is down a game to Evan on Blue White Tron.
Looks like, Cade is going to be stuck on 2 lands still, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is not good where that is not where he wants to be, excuse me. He really wants to be able to pump out his threats and just, he wants to be able to race Evan, basically.
Yeah.
He wants to get there as fast as he can and not give Evan a chance to set up.
If Evan gets to set up, then he has multiple ways of generating, repeal, condescend. He has a lot of ways to use a lot of mana to his advantage, as well as just, winning the game with a Mindslaver lock or a Worm Coil that Cade can't answer. So, we have...
It's like a Restoration Angel end step. I think at this point he's just trying to run out threats.
Yeah.
He's just trying to play cards that he can play. And
cards that attack.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Also, seeing as the Oblivion Stone that Evan has in play does require 5 mana to activate, Cade is on a little bit of a clock here. If he can end the game before...
Oh, he is going to be able to.
Oh, well, there you go.
Assuming that
too.
Evan doesn't have an answer.
Also assuming that Cade cracks that Windswept Heath.
No, it is a mountain.
It is a mountain. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. All right, so we've got a
Condescend for
countering the Kiki Jiki.
That doesn't feel good.
That's rough, because Cade had the game right there.
Take a peek at Cade's hand, maybe?
Yeah, maybe not.
Cade still can cast a Eternal Witness. He's just got another Kiki in his hand. He has a Port of Calling as well.
So next turn, Evan's going to have to find an answer. Oh, there's a land. Okay.
That'll do it.
All right, so now we're back to pretty close to parity here. Because once Evan cracks that Oblivion Stone, both people are at about half their starting life total and nothing on the board.
And Evan's at 1.5 billion mana.
And Cade loses 2 of his mana sources, the Birds of Paradise.
Yeah.
So that 5th land right there might have been entirely what turns the game around here for Evan. Which is...
Gonna be some attacks from Cade. Let's see what happens. Evan might just be firing off the Oblivion. Yeah, looks like he's gonna be firing it off here. Just take no damage.
Much better than taking 5 damage here. Because once you're down to 3,
you're in
a threat will kill you. Oh, also, does Cade play Lightning Bolt?
No.
Okay.
But...
You never know.
Gotta get him.
Yeah. Alright, so still on Cade's main phase. He did draw a land, so he's got 4 mana here. And it looks like he won't be doing anything with it.
We might just see end step Cord for 1, get a Birds of Paradise.
Yeah? That's not where you want to be.
You're going to have to fetch 2 times, and they're going to have to both be untapped sources, so you're probably taking some damage, but...
Just a little bit rough.
Yeah.
I didn't see... I mean, if he has a Restoration Angel...
Thought-Knot Seer.
Okay, well... Thought-Knot Seer is going to make all of our predictions not necessarily work. Unless Cade just wants to Cord right here.
He could also just path it on the with the trigger on the stack. Yes. Draw a card.
Looks like. Evan will still be able to have that trigger resolve. 2 Cord of Calling. He picked up a 2nd Cord of Calling, though. That's pretty relevant here. Okay, so... Cade's hand is 2 Cord of Callings, an Eldritch Evolution, a Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker, and a Path to Exile. What do you think Evan takes here?
If I'm Evan, I think I probably take the Eldritch Evolution.
Okay.
Just because if you draw, a Birds of you draw any 1-drop, and that instantly turns that 1-drop into a 3-drop, and from there, it just can snowball.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm not sure if that's the right line, but...
No, your reasoning's correct. I mean, even if you're taking a Cord... I would think you're taking Cord of Calling, but that doesn't actually do much, does it?
Yeah, at this point, Cade only has 4 mana.
Okay.
And 2 of them he's going to have to pay at least 1 life to be able to use. Oh, he's taking the Kiki Jiki, okay.
Cade might just be playing 2 Kiki Jikis.
I think I don't think he's playing the full 4.
Okay.
I don't know if he's playing 3. I know. Yeah, we know there's at least 2.
Yeah, at least. So we know that Cade now has to also have an Eternal Witness to get back the Kiki Jiki if he wants to win by comboing out. Yeah. So just another piece that he needs to assemble at once.
Cade's going to go down to 8 to get some fetches. Or
Looks
2
like
fetch.
he's going to get them tapped, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think this is the end of Evan's turn, so he's going to get to untap with 4 mana.
Makes sense.
He does have the core. He's got 2 chords, Eldritch Evolution, Path to Exile in hand.
He's not out of the game by any stretch.
Definitely not. Although that, the Thought-Knot-Seer's gone, excuse me.
Yeah. They're pretty much, they're both at 8, right?
I
Believe so.
believe so. I thought Evan might have been at 10.
I think it was the other way around. Yeah,
they're both at 8.
So they're both at 8. No one has a board state. Cade doesn't really have creatures.
Renegade Rallier for Cade?
I was wondering whether or not he played Renegade Rallier.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like fetch Renegade Rallier, get back to... Ooh.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Play Restoration Angel.
Evan is going to get to cast a Sundering Titan next turn.
Yeah.
And that might just be the end of the game.
That's a powerful magic.
You get to blow up 3 of Cade's lands. 3 of his...
Wow.
3 of his 4 lands.
And
he'd get nuked.
Yeah, he doesn't even need to lose... He has to lose one of his own islands.
And Cade can path the Sundering Titan, but at that point, you have 1 land. He might just path his own Renegade Rallier to get a land.
Oh, man.
I don't think he does.
No, I don't think so either. But if he paths the Sundering Titan, you get the... No, it's a die trigger. It's not an leaves the battlefield trigger, right?
Oh, you're right.
I forget which one it is.
I think it is dies.
Okay. Yeah. Then it's not as backbreaking as it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comes into play, blows up 3 lands, and then...
Oh, it is leaves.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So if he paths it, then he loses his 4th land.
Okay, this is...
That's not great.
Yeah.
Okay. For what it's worth, imagine a scenario where Sundering Titan hits play, he loses all his lands, paths the Sundering Titan. Now, he still has a 3/2 in play, and Evan might not have a threat or a way to answer that threat. That could just win the game in 3 turns.
Yeah?
Because Evan does have a decent amount of nothing in his deck. If he draws
just redraws and
expedition map. For instance. Yeah. I feel like Evan... Oh, he pulled up a Worm Coil with the Treasure Mage.
Oh, you're right.
Like 10 turns ago. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Cade's not getting out of that one.
Looking like Blue-White Tron is going to take it here. Alright, so our round 1 coverage here looks like it's going over to Evan on Blue-White Tron. And unfortunately, Kiki Kori could not get through the single Oblivion Stone.
Yeah, should we see if our players want to have a chat?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Let's see if we can go.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's a thing there.
There you go. Go ahead. It actually...
Yeah.
Hang on. Technical difficulties. We're just going to go see if we can pull in one of our players for a chat. Probably Evan on Blue-White Tron. And then we'll be coming back to you for our round 2 coverage momentarily. Or at the very least when the round is over. We got 20 minutes left. So, honestly, we could probably pull in another pairing if they are just finishing a game and would like to come in for coverage. So, there's some options. There's definitely some options. Either way, thank you for tuning in, by the way. Thanks for tuning in and watching our Modern coverage here. We're very excited to bring it to you in the new store up here in Bellingham, Paradise Games. It's going pretty well. It's we're having a bunch of tournaments, Modern, Standard, Pauper, Legacy. All of them are firing. Everyone's jazzed, and we have coverage for you here on Twitch. What is it? 4 days of the week? 5 days of the week? Yeah. So about those tournaments I was talking about, we have Monday night is Legacy, Wednesday night is Pauper, Thursday night is Modern, and Friday night is Standard, so your standard F&M. We also have a board game night that's taking place on Saturdays, so a bunch of options.
Alright. Come on in, Evan. We're gonna move that to move it, or mute it so we could move the microphone. There wouldn't be.
There's no camera.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit in the middle. Oh gosh.
Okay.
So.
You can go ahead and unmute it.
All right. Good. And we're joined by Evan Sherritt in the booth. Evan, tell me a little bit about your deck.
Hello. Well, so much to talk about, but so little time, Patrick.
Oh, we've got plenty of time.
No, we got plenty of time. Well, what do you want to know?
I will be right back while you guys.
All right. So I've actually played this deck before. It's sweet. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You started out as like a more of a budget mono blue Tron deck, and then what's the evolution the deck has kind of taken?
Well, as time has progressed and been able to put a little bit more money into it, right? We've taken out most of the trading post spine combo, but we leave one of each copy in there just because it's so nice.
Right? Yeah, you can't. You just get to blow up all the permanents. You can't really.
All the things.
Yeah.
But I noticed that it didn't interact very well with other like hands or that kind of stuff, so I threw some thought knots in there. Because I can pretty much always cast them as long as there's not a Magus of the Moon on the table.
Magus of the Moon is a good card against your deck until you blow it up.
Until I blow it up. That's true. We got some OG worm coils in there. We do have a one of Oblivion Stone. Looking to get a little bit more though.
Okay.
Besides that, I mean, we did change to blue-white. We kind of saw that a little bit. I didn't.
Yeah. What white cards are you playing in the main deck at least?
Main deck, I actually only play Path.
Okay, and then what are some of the... We saw your sideboard, but...
Yeah. The sideboard, it's the Gideons right now, and the... I cannot think of the name for them right now. Spellcallers. There we go.
Okay, yeah, we saw those as well coming in. I think those are definitely good choices coming in against Cade's deck.
Always. Every time I play against that deck. But, I don't know. It's still mostly blue. I still have Sundering Titan in there, which pretty much just won me the game.
Yeah, being able to, blow up 3 lands, he paths it, blow up his last land is
yeah, and
good.
I was concerned that if he pathed it, I was just going to lose both my islands, but I get to just grab one anyways. So.
You get to blow up his last thing.
Yeah, I just blow up all of his stuff. And, the best edition, Platinum Empyrean.
Okay.
I didn't actually get to play that game, but it has won me so many games.
Okay, yeah, just being able to untap with Tron plus Island on turn 4, play Platinum Empyrean seems really good.
It's the best. But, no, this is my favorite deck ever. Oh, I guess we did add Walking Ballista in here, too.
Okay, Walking Ballista seems like a good choice for any deck that plays a lot of mana, really.
Late game mana sink, honestly. Kills his flyers from Pia, and just kills Kia also. Or Pia.
Oh, looks like you got an Ugin in there as well.
I do. These are actually 2 cards that I've added most recently. It would be a single copy of Ugin's Spirit Dragon, and 1 Pull from Tomorrow.
Excellent.
It's amazing.
Pull from Tomorrow, that's going to be the almost Sphinx's Revelation from Amonkhet, right?
Yeah, 2 blue X, draw X cards, then you discard a single card.
Okay, so not quite really well as good as Sphinx's Revelation.
No, it's not. But it works well for what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yeah,
one of the problems that the Tron decks definitely have is running out of gas towards the end of the game, and I feel like that definitely gives you a leg back into the game. It gives you a way to get your foot in the door if you need to.
I've ran into that problem a few times. If it helps when I actually draw into my Thirst for Knowledges and the repeals as well.
Well, Evan, thanks for talking about your deck.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go try and grab Cade, have him talk a little bit about his deck.
Oh, yeah.
And see what we can do.
Of course. My pleasure. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to watch you. Definitely fun to cast it. Hopefully we'll see you back in the coverage area sometime.
Oh, yeah. Maybe later tonight. Who knows? Spooky scary.
Alright, so we're going to be switching to another match for Game 2. But in the meantime, we're going to have Cade in the booth with me. He's going to be talking a little bit about his deck. And so, Cade, how are you feeling after that very unfortunate loss?
That was real bad. Like, Game 1, there's one turn in particular. I played an Eternal Witness, and I got back my Voice of Resurgence. But I tapped wrong and left a Plains up whilst I had a Sacred Foundry in my hand.
Okay.
So I needed to leave a green source open so I could play that Voice of Resurgence And if I did that, I probably would have stole that game because I just had gas in my hand.
Right.
But that second game, it was a risky keep. It was a bird, a land, and then a coiling oracle.
Okay.
So I was just hoping that coiling oracle was gonna get me there.
Unfortunately, it did not get you there, but you definitely fought well for having 2 lands in play.
Yeah, it was dumb. It was hard though. Magus beats almost got me there.
Yep. Looks like we're going to be... Our next round, or not, excuse me, the same round is going to be Min in the booth, or sorry, not in the booth. It's going to be Min on your right versus Alex on your left. We had Min in the feature match area last Friday. He was on Grixis Energy for Standard. Now he's on Jeskai Control in Modern. We're going to have Alex on Counters Company.
Wait, it's not Min. Min's not playing.
Oh.
The name's wrong. It's going to be Renee.
Oh, it's going to be Renee Delara, excuse
Yes.
me, on Jeskai Control.
Yes.
Mid's not playing.
Yeah.
We just...
Yeah, we got that. All right.
Thanks.
Great. So we've got... Yeah.
All right, Kate, thanks for talking to us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me in here.
Yeah, man, we're going to hopefully get you back in here for some events you're going to be casting, hopefully, soon.
Maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. All right, have a good day, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
All right. So we had a 30-minute game 1 between these two, and when after our first match have ended, I went over and looked at them, and it looked like Renee had a Jason Mind Sculptor in play.
Ooh,
He had
okay.
an Azcanta flipped, Azcanta the Sunken Ruin, and a Celestial Colonnade. And Alex was drawing the top card of his library, seeing what it was, and if it was relevant, he would play it, and otherwise, he had no other cards in hand, so he played it anyway. And that was, took a little while for Renee to finish that one out, but he took game 1.
Okay, as I feel like most of the time, the control deck does.
Yes. Well, I mean, Counters Company can
It's
definitely
also,
just
kill you on turn 3 if
Yeah.
you...
But once you're on turn 25,
Yeah, you...
Jeskai Control's probably there.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, yeah. You don't just concede the game because, you might get runner after runner after runner.
Yes,
But...
he did. He drew a Tireless Tracker into Eternal Witness into Eternal Witness.
Okay.
They just got pathed
and
into
then-
Logic Knot into Logic Knot.
Yeah.
So, what can you do?
Cry.
Well, yeah, or just scoop and go to game 2, which is what we have here.
Well, I will take it. I'll take
Oh, yeah.
any Magic we get to watch.
I was thinking about trying to get Renee on stream later on the tournament tonight anyway, because I love blue-white X Jace control in Modern.
Okay,
The
yeah.
deck is sweet, fun to watch.
I haven't got to play the deck yet, but it looks like it'll be a ton of fun to play.
Yeah, as long as you don't die on turn 3, Jace Mind Sculptor is a very powerful card.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Bloodbraid Elf as well came off the unbanning with Jace. Bloodbraid Elf is just another great card as well.
Yes. It's interesting because I've seen blood. People were talking about Jason Mind Sculptor, if it's unbanned, Modern falls apart, all this stuff. And Bloodbraid's been in the format before,
Right.
And, it was good. It was quite good, but it wasn't Jason Mind Sculptor prolific banned in Standard type of thing.
Yeah.
But recently, I've seen a lot more Bloodbraid Elf decks than Jace decks. At least the ones I see doing well.
Right. And I think part of that might just be there's a few pieces to that, but I think one of the things is that Jace right now is sitting at like $100 a copy or something like that, and so a lot of people don't want to fork that money out. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of the people they know what Jace did when he was in Standard, and they don't want to relive that monster. They don't want to bring that back.
Fair enough. See, I love playing Jason Standard. That was pretty sweet.
I did not play Magic back then, unfortunately, but
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a lot less exciting when everyone's playing Jace, but when
Right.
it will win the game on its own, and it'll sometimes pull you back. But the thing about Bloodbraid Elf that I've seen is it does kill a Jace that you play Jace,
You
brainstorm
brainstorm.
with it, and then Bloodbraid Elf kill it.
yeah.
So
Or you get to Bloodbraid Elf into Lightning Bolt, or whatever it is. But-
whatever happens to be Maelstrom Pulse if you're
Ooh,
being
that's
Jund. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jund is sweet right now.
I played Jund for one event, and it was
Yeah.
pretty good. I almost died to my own.
Oh, here.
Oh,
We've got
got a foil.
foil Jason Light Sculptor.
Renee's going to be showing
We're
that
seeing his
hand off
hand.
to us.
Two
Jaces, a Logic Knot.
couple lands.
Yeah. Birds. I can't quite see the other cards in Alex's hand, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see them when they get played.
So he's going to be thinking on that scry. He's going to be keeping on top.
Those are Verdant Catacombs, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, with the light in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Yep. Verdant Catacombs for Alex, who
He
is
has Devoted Druid in his hand as well.
on the play and on the mulligan to 6. So Alex's deck is one that tries to get Devoted Druid and Vizier of Remedies in play at once. He,
Yeah, so a little bit of a non-bow here on Alex's side of the table. He scribed his card to the top off of his mulligan to 6, and then he followed that with a Verdant Catacombs fetch, shuffle my library.
well,
He might have just known that it didn't matter if it was on top or bottom because he's going to be shuffling anyways.
he did think for a sec.
Yeah.
For just enough time.
Either way,
Hopefully no feels bad mans for Alex.
I
So,
think
yeah,
he'll be fine. He's got 3 mana, Selfless Spirit in hand.
a Devoted Druid. I can't see what the other 2 cards are, but
I feel like
Scavenging Ooze maybe?
Scavenging Ooze is good.
Yeah, Scavenging Ooze is definitely good in this matchup. He gets to turn off most of Renee's Snapcaster Mages.
It looks like he has 2 options here. He can either play the Devoted Druid, hope that Renee doesn't have removal for it, and try to win the game next turn with
Court of Calling
with
in
Court
hand
of
for
Calling.
Alex.
Or he can take the other line, the more conservative approach, where he plays his Selfless Spirit, which can then next turn protect the Devoted Druid from a Lightning Bolt, or not Path, but basically exactly Lightning Bolt, or Helix. I'm pretty sure Renee also has a Lightning Helix or 2 in his deck.
That would make sense.
Yeah. This Jeskai control deck is, as far as I can tell, it's a blue-white Jace, value removal deck, splashing red for just enough removal to make you not die in the very early game to these very aggressive decks.
Okay.
So that your good Cryptic Command Snapcaster Mages can eventually win the game.
Yeah, they'll
once
eventually
again.
pull you forward in the value down, and then you'll just...
Yeah. 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1, and then a bunch of 2 for 1s, and you try to win that one.
So it looks like Alex might just be going the route of play threats, play threats, play threats.
He's got his combo in hand.
Yeah.
Which
I don't
is-
think he... Oh, he does have the Court of Calling for the Vizier.
Interestingly enough, I'm not sure Renee can afford to use his Logic Knots on cards like Scavenging Ooze. Because it's so easy for Alex to generate infinite mana, get a Duskwatch Recruiter off a Court of Calling,
It's going to be
draw his whole deck.
pathing the Scavenging Ooze, it looks like.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think this, feels bad for Alex, but I think he's fine being able to thin his deck as much as he can, get as many live draws as he can.
Really, I think that feels great for Alex. Because the whole point of Scavenging Ooze there is protect his combo, try to draw
And an 8 removal spell.
Yeah, and that it did its job.
Yeah. He's also going to get to untap on his turn. Yeah, he's going to untap, play land, and be on turn 4, basically. So he's going to get accelerated 1 turn, which isn't a huge deal, but, it's just another plus at this point.
Exactly.
The Scavenging Ooze definitely did what he wanted it to do. He wanted to force an answer from Renee, and that it did.
And Renee has a set number of answers in his deck. He's got probably 3 or 4 Lightning Bolts, almost definitely 4 Path to Exiles.
Yeah.
And that might be it in terms of removal.
Probably some number of Supreme Verdicts as well that either
Sure.
have been brought in or are main deck because, if I'm Renee, I'm definitely playing Supreme Verdict in this
Yes.
matchup. If you're not in the main deck, I'm bringing those in.
Definitely.
Snap in.
That's quite easy to bring in there.
You have
Interestingly,
to get to turn 4 to be able to cast Supreme Verdict.
and it
To
looks like
survive
he's
that one.
going to get there. I can't imagine, because Alex can't win right here on the spot because his Devoted Druid it doesn't have haste. You need to tap it for mana in order to get all the mana to do the whole loop thing. Which means Alex isn't winning here, which means Renee he has a Logic Knot in his hand, as well as a couple mana to cast it. He also has another Path to Exile. I'm pretty sure Renee isn't dying here. Almost assuredly. Yeah, definitely not dying. So, Renee, I feel good about Renee's chances at winning here. Just based on this, he didn't die early, and he has answers in hand, and that's all he can really ask for.
Yeah. Alex going to be running that Devoted Druid into probably a Logic Knot for
3.
Oh, yeah. It's going to have to be 3.
Yes.
No, he can't even...
4. Yeah. So, just to go through and explain. Would you like to explain the combo?
Yeah, so Devoted Druid says, tap to add a green mana. It says, put a 1/1 counter on it, or a -1 counter on it, excuse me, and untap it. And you get to do that with a card called Vizier of Remedies from Amonkhet. It says, creatures can't have counters put on them. Or no, it says, whenever a counter would be put on a creature you control, that many -1 instead would be placed.
So it becomes
those
tap
2
and green,
cards,
untap for nothing.
Yeah, and create infinite mana, and then you play a card called Duskwatch Recruiter, which is a 3-mana or a 2-mana 2/2. Excuse me. You have a 3-mana activated ability that get to look at the top 3 cards of your library, and reveal a creature card, put it into your hand.
Yep.
So you get to search through your whole deck.
For all
Usually
your
get a
creatures.
Walking Ballista. Usually, play the Walking Ballista for infinite mana and shoot your opponent for 90 billion, whatever.
Infinite divided by 2 damage.
Yeah,
Which turns out is enough to kill most people.
most of the time.
Yeah. So, I think I started explaining that a little while ago, and we got distracted by something that one of the players did.
Did, but either way. Ooh, interesting.
Interesting thing here. Alex got a Devoted Druid in play, and Renee elected to use his Path to Exile on a different creature.
Did he path the
He
Duskwatch?
passed the Selfless Spirit.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I think... Okay, he's gonna Jace bounce
the Devoted Druid.
Devoted Druid.
Okay. So at this point, we've got a Jace with 2 counters on it versus a Birds of Paradise, which seems pretty solid for Renee's side.
Although, okay, so Renee is tapped out, so Alex is gonna get a turn to... Looks like Renee is actually gonna be on Jace Kai control. That's a nice little
I'll allow
flavorful... Yep. Flavorful deck name. We like those here.
Yeah. So, I'm almost positive that Renee has a Snapcaster Mage, a Serum Visions, another Jace, and a Logic Knot in hand. He might not have a Snapcaster.
Alex is just going to be running out. Oh, he's going to be tapping to the left. Okay. Guy doesn't know how to read his cards.
So he's got a Devoted Druid and a Voice of Resurgence that he was able to put in play. Now, good
He's-
cards, definitely, but
Not as good when your opponent gets to brainstorm and hopefully find whatever answers he
Snapcaster
needs.
Mage, Island, Path to Exile. How's that for cards to draw off your brainstorm?
Yeah, those are 3 out of 3 cards I'll take.
Yeah, really. So he's got Path, Snap.
Path. Yeah. We use the term brainstorm for those of you who haven't played Legacy and cast the card Brainstorm. Jace Zero does a very good impersonation of it.
Yeah.
And man, how different would Modern be if we had Brainstorm in Modern?
Well, we do. It's
Well,
on
there you
it's
go.
on a Planeswalker.
Yeah. And
But-
4 mana sorcery speed Brainstorm is still pretty good.
Is Renee playing
I believe he is.
Terminus and with
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
So-
I'm all about this.
Alright, so Modern Miracles is go.
Renee has played this deck before. He's been known to play this deck before. He used to play a blue-white version of the deck before, like months ago, before Jace was in the format. And
Oh, man.
Renee must have just been giddy with excitement when he heard that Jace was unbanned, and he got to make his love child come back to life.
Yep. So Jace the Mind Sculptor is able to put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library, right? Well, that interacts very, very well with the Miracle mechanic, where you draw a card, reveal it if it has Miracle, and cast it for presumably a lot less mana. Now it's looking like he wanted to instead shuffle away whatever he put back with his Brainstorm with his fetch land. So we're not going to see a Terminus right here this turn unless Renee is really lucky.
It's like a path on the
Main phase.
Voice of Resurgence. That's one way to deal with Voice that doesn't get you that token.
Untap, upkeep, draw, play my instant card, as you do. So it looks like the path there is going to allow Renee to play another Jace the Mind Sculptor, I would imagine.
Oh,
No,
he's
he's
just
not
going to say
going to.
go. He's probably going to hold up for Snap.
Yeah, that's fair.
Snap Logic Knot or something. Or Snap Path or something.
Or just
Yeah, he might not have a Logic Knot.
It looks like he does, the second card
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, he never played a Logic Knot earlier, so.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and he had it there, so yeah. Oh, he
Oh,
Logic Knotted the Duskwatch Recruiter. We missed that
Okay, I'm
at
gonna
some point.
see snap.
I see.
Yeah, snap logic not here.
It looks like the players are playing just enough faster and with shortcuts that we're missing one or two things, but the end result is a Snapcaster Mage versus a Devoted Druid and a Birds of Paradise.
I think we have another Court of Calling for Alex. He's going to be courting for 3. Renee says, sure.
That finds a Vizier. I mean, if he wants it,
He's
Alex,
2/3 of the way there.
yeah, Alex has infinite mana if he chooses to go for it, which I think he does. No, he gets an Eternal Witness. Okay. What do you think of that? It depends on what's in his hand.
Yeah, I think and then he picks up the the Court of Calling again.
I think he still has the target. He might hit the Walking Bullets. Did he grab the cord?
Okay.
He's grabbed a different cord and left the other one on top of this.
Yeah, so that actually,
That's fine.
that's fine for Alex. Looks like a Cryptic Command going to be going on top for...
So over on Renee's side, he plays a Jason Mind Sculptor, zeroes it, gets to Brainstorm, and passes with Is It Staticaster presumably in hand. Is It Staticaster is a very good card here.
It's going to be great with dealing with all of these X1s on Alex's side of the table. It's
For
going
what's
to kill
worth,
birds.
there's just one X1 on that.
Well,
that's relevant here. Neither
Yeah.
Birds nor Eternal Witness is relevant for the whole combo.
Yes.
But it does hit with Vizier of Remedies, which is a 2/1. So it's looking like this Court of Calling goes for... I guess... what is
For
it?
3?
1, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, so X equals 3.
And Alex can
Might just be another Eternal Witness. Yeah. So what I was saying about the is the Staticaster being able to... Yeah, never mind. Don't worry about me. There actually isn't a window to kill the Vizier without the Devoted Druid going infinite.
Yeah, unless you have already...
It can just go off again in response unless you have 2 Is It Staticasters, right?
Yeah, or unless you have already...
Gotten them to put a counter.
unless it already has a counter.
Yes.
If you've already untapped it once, which...
Oh wait, no. What am I saying? It doesn't even put a counter on it. It never puts a counter on it. So you just in response keep tapping it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, no, that's. So the Staticaster, I don't think it actually looks as good.
Well,
as...
it's still like not a horrible card, but
Oh,
it's,
yeah, no, it's fine.
yeah, it's good with for dealing with like if your opponent like last game we saw Cade, he had 2 Birds of Paradise, and you just play as a Staticaster and shoot both your birds.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
So it looks like Renee casts Snapcaster Mage, targeting Path to Exile, in response to the Court of Calling for 3.
And we're gonna have a Collective Company coming from Alex's side of the table.
Just
It's
on the
gonna
main
get
phase while
a
Renee's
Vizier
tapped out.
and probably a Duskwatch Recruiter. That's 2/3 of this combo.
Yep. The Path was able to hit the Devoted Druid, so we're still at 2/3 combo.
That doesn't feel very good. What is that card? Oh, that's a Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 options here. If he goes for the Vizier, it's probably more all in on the hoping that his combo goes off and works plan. But okay, and if he went for that, Scavenging Ooze does have a lot of food in the graveyard right now.
Yeah.
At that point, Jace can just bounce it or something. There's a bunch of ways for this to go. So it looks like Renee is going to zero the Jace again, and it looks like he found a Field of Ruin on top of his library, which probably gets put back on top.
Yeah,
Or he might use it to shuffle away the cards that he doesn't want off of that Brainstorm.
Okay, he's gonna get to Staticaster down that Vizier.
Which is good. That's quite good.
Yep. And Alka's side of the table, like you said before, he's going to be in this position where the control deck has not necessarily a full grip of cards. Looks like only 2 cards in hand for Renee versus top deck mode
Yep.
on Alex's side of the table.
Which is Probably good for Renee.
Oh yeah, this is definitely you're sitting pretty at this point. If you're the control deck, you get to brainstorm every turn if you need to,
This is why you play the Jace control deck
Yeah.
to get to this position. Yeah.
At this point, okay, we're gonna get a Vizier, or not, excuse me, a Devoted Druid.
Yeah, Alex does
Alex.
have a Death Watch Recruiter and mana to activate it a bunch of times. So that's not nothing. It's not nothing at all.
Cryptic Command. It's gonna say counter, draw a card.
Yeah, so it ends up being, not much. Devoted Druid.
Alex has got to be hoping that this resolves.
He doesn't,
He doesn't have the Vizier anymore.
He does have a Voice Resurgence,
Okay.
and he doesn't have a Vizier.
He's got a lot of creatures in play.
So if I'm Renee here, I let that resolve. That's fine. You don't want to have more voice tokens.
Then threats to deal with on the other side of the table.
Exactly.
Spell Snare, land. I'll put some lands back.
Yep. Lands back, play a Colonnade, and use the Staticaster? Maybe not.
So
We'll
he's
see.
gonna hold on to it.
Yeah. So it looks like Renee does have a Cryptic Command and a Spell Snare, and what's the last card? Did you see?
I did not, unfortunately.
Okay.
Renee is going to Cryptic Command.
Choosing.
That's a Dispel, it looks like, for Renee's other card in hand.
Oh, okay.
That's definitely good with for dealing with both Collective Company and Court of Calling.
Do we know what the Cryptic Command is choosing to do? Draw a card.
Bounce.
Bounce
the
draw.
Bounce draw, yeah.
Okay. Bounce draw seems reasonable.
Yeah. I think... Oh, no, you have I was going to say, if you're Alex, you just want to attack and you just want to turn your creature sideways and start pressuring Renee, but he does have Snapcasters.
Yeah. He
And those like to block.
Hey, 2/1s are actually pretty good at blocking the small creatures out of Counter's Company.
Yep. Okay, he's going to get another voice. It's going to get run into a Spell Snare.
Well, that's one that got bounced.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That is the voice. It's going to get run into a Spell Snare.
So Renee was actually able to deal with a Voice of Resurgence in his blue-white control deck without getting a voice token and without going down on cards. That's pretty sweet.
Alex says,
Yeah.
Court of Calling. Renee says,
Dispel.
Dispel. Which spell? Dispel.
Get Dispel out of here.
Yeah, that Dispel was very, very good there.
Almost time in the round here. 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Looks like Renee is more than likely going to pick up this match.
We might have a time extension. I'm not sure if that was factored into this time, but I guess we'll find out.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So it looks like the extension is included in the clock that you see on the screen. So we'd have another 16 seconds. What do you think? Can Renee actually win the game in 16 seconds?
He doesn't need to. He's up a game.
Yes.
I don't think so. Alex is at 15. Plus he
Yeah.
does get 5 turns. He does have a Colonnade.
Is it technically possible?
Just so you guys know, they're going to have an extra 5 minutes on the time because of the them switching into the room.
We were told that it was factored into the
included.
thing.
Oh, okay.
But maybe
If it's
it's-
already been factored in, then that's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, already been factored?
Yep,
Awesome.
we're good.
Just need to make sure you guys knew.
Yep,
Awesome.
thank you. Alright. So now everyone knows. I hope. Looks like we're on turn 0 in here.
And, yep, Renee is just going to be going for it. Alex can go down to set. Yeah, I think Renee can close out this game in time.
Okay. Yeah. He needs 2 more turns to win, and it looks like he's getting there.
Yeah, and at this point he's
Renee had turn 0, right?
yes, I believe so.
Okay. So he has 0, 2, and 4. So we'll have 2 more turns. Alex is at 7, which means Colonnade can actually win the game here. Now Renee doesn't need to win the game here. He is up 1, so.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
not. Okay. Is that Renee's last? It's not his last.
No, he's got 1 more card in hand. I think we know what it is. I don't remember though.
I don't know either. Yeah, but turns out Jason Mind Sculptor being in play for what 6 turns now makes it so that
Okay, Alex is
you
going
draw all
to
the cards.
have Devoted Druid kill itself instead, so that that
Like
Helix doesn't actually resolve.
Yep. So yeah, that's the secret hidden mode on Devoted Druid is
Turns
it can
off
kill itself if
the
it wants
removal.
to.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a Collected Company into Bird's Eternal Witness. Get back, I think Collected Company? Maybe Court of Calling.
Imagine. Okay, so 4 damage coming at the
Chase
chase.
down.
Now, if you're Renee here, I think you hold up the Celestial Colonnade just to block. You don't want to accidentally lose. Right?
Well, you have both your Snapcaster mages.
Yeah.
And so I think you can just fire up Colonnade, swing for 4, and then you have a 2-turn clock at that point.
Ooh, was that a Supreme Verdict? That was a Supreme Verdict.
That is a good card.
That is a very good card here. Although I'm not
That-
sure he's going to even use it.
Yeah, I don't think you even need to.
You can animate the Colonnade and then cast Supreme Verdict and lose your win con. That's pretty good.
Probably not going to be doing that line. But we will see what he chooses to do.
It looks like he's just going to animate the Colonnade.
Yep.
Alex is going to go to... Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Block.
swing
Crack
with 2
his Horizon
Snapcasters, block with the birds on the Colonnade, cracks Horizon Canopy, and take 4 down to 3 life. So he's dead to both the Snapcasters and the Colonnade. Great. So Renee's then going to do exactly the line I was talking about, where he loses his own win con, but that's okay because he has a second Celestial Colonnade hiding there under his lands.
Renee's crazy.
Hey, he's got a Colonnade. That's fine. This way he can't lose somehow. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure that was a 100% necessary Supreme Verdict, but I also don't see how Alex... Never mind. Alex can block with Birds of Paradise.
Yeah. Renee probably finds an answer, though.
Yeah? You think? He doesn't have Jace anymore. He's got
Oh, you're right.
1 card in hand, 1 card on the top, and he needs to spend 5 of his mana.
Tide Hollow Sculler.
Sees the land. Yeah. Renee might not be able to actually win this one.
Let's see if we can find what the draw is. Another Supreme Verdict.
Great. He's able to do that. He's able to go play the Flooded Strand, crack it, have the mana, cast Supreme Verdict, and then animate Colonnade in. No, because his Colonnade died last turn. Just kidding. He has the same amount of mana this turn. Yeah, he's 1 mana off of being able to do that. What a shame.
Yeah, I think
5. Yep.
Renee has 9 mana.
It looks like Renee said earlier that he would concede if they couldn't finish the match, which is interesting. So we might see some finagling with the game. Oh, it's because Renee arrived late, and he decided that, and that is partially why their game 1 took half an hour, because
that makes sense.
Maybe only took 15 minutes, and
So Renee's going to, as far as I can tell, Renee's going to take the loss there because he wasn't able to finish the game soon enough. But he was 1 turn off.
Yeah.
Wow. Either way, they'll figure that out. Renee did concede. Okay. Renee conceded, and
Alex is going to take this round. Going to take this game. So that puts... Yeah, good guy Renee indeed. Is Renee... I'm not sure if Renee's going to concede the game or concede the match, because we'll... Either way,
Yeah,
it was a
either way.
good game,
Yes.
and without the turns taking place, I'm pretty sure Renee wins that game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The control deck is definitely just favored in the long game.
Well, I mean, he literally had it next turn. He cast Supreme Verdict this turn, and then next turn Colonnade in, kill you. So,
Yeah. Or, Lightning Heal. There's so many cards that...
make that happen. Either way, so that is going to finish out our round 1 coverage for our Thursday Night Modern here at Paradise Games. We're going to take a little bit of a break in order to figure out what we're doing for our next round, and we will see you in a couple minutes. Thank you for watching. All right.
like iced tea if they have it, of any flavor. If not, like a Dr. Pepper. Okay, that round one looks sweet.
Which one?
Both of them mostly.
Yeah. What was the first game?
It was Blue White Tron
Tron,
and
right, Blue White
Kiki
Tron.
Cord. That was so sick. You went mind-slavered him when he had Kiki.
Yep,
He had it was so
right there.
sick.
Yeah, it
He had it on board.
Yeah, we had the combo, and then counterspell win with the onboard combo. All right, we're
Pretty sure we're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, welcome back to round 2 coverage for Modern here at Paradise Games.
Yep.
My name's Adam.
Joined by Alex. I'm picking up the old mic from last Friday, coming back, cast some Modern. This is probably my favorite format, so I'm pretty excited.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you take it away with what you think of these two decks.
Yeah, so it looks like on your left we're going to have Alex G, and he is playing a pretty sweet mono black. Mostly, it's not actually mono black, but it's mostly mono black deck.
Close enough.
It's got like a Colligan's Command in there too, from what I saw. Anyway, it's really sweet. It's got a bunch of what you would think when you just think mono black good stuff. Phyrexian Obliterator, Thoughtseize,
Bitter Blossom?
Bitter Blossoms. I think out of the board.
Awesome.
Inquisition, Gary, Grey Merchant of Asphodel.
Nice.
Gifted Aetherborn, just all the good stuff. And
This
then
is gonna be great.
we have Jaws Panu, who's playing a
Grixis Control, or Esper Control, right?
Esper Control deck. Yep, he's playing his copies of Jace the Mind Sculptor, and he's got some pretty sweet cards in there. So
And it looks like he will be on the play.
Yeah,
after
I
these
didn't-
guys shuffle it up.
I didn't see those.
Pretty sure it was a 3. A 3 versus a 6 and something else.
I think I saw Josh got a 7. So
Sure.
yep.
Alright, so yeah, going into it, I'm excited to see another Jace control deck. I think Jace is a very interesting card in Modern. I'm not I would not be broken up if it had never gotten unbanned in the first place, but it leads to a very interesting, idea of can I survive? Can I stabilize? Can I stabilize? Can I stabilize?
Yeah.
And then Jason Mind Sculptor will get you back from losing as well as win the game on its own.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
I was definitely in the camp that I thought Jace was going to be better than he's turned out being so far. But by no means is Jace bad. So looks like we got both players kept 7, and we've got an Inquisition here from Jaws. So looks like we have Gifted Aetherborn, Relentless Dead, Thoughtseize, 3 lands.
That's not a Bojuka Bog, is it?
It might be a smoldering.
No.
The top card I believe is a Smoldering Marsh.
Okay.
Because he's playing red, so a lot of his lands are black-red lands.
Playing red too. Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure what the bottom land is.
That's what I'm wondering
It
about.
might be the the Leechling Swamp.
Okay.
Black tap. Your opponent loses a life if you have 2 or more black permanents.
I was thinking that, but I'm like, no, there's no way.
It's sweet because you can fetch it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ETB tapped, so if it is, I expect to see it here on turn 1. And that is a Bloodstain Mire there.
Yes.
At the top.
That makes sense.
All right.
So we've got a turn 1
It looks like he's playing open for us, which is kind of nice. Yep. So it looks like a Leechling Swamp.
Leechling.
I think that's the name of
Okay.
it. Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
So Leech-ridden
Swamp. Okay. We're close.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm still impressed that I knew that card.
Yeah, that's great.
Even
Shadowmoor,
close.
right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Shadowmoor.
I have no idea. Yeah. So
Just a little while.
looks like Jaws goes down to 17, fetch a shot, grab a Hallowed Fountain, and let's see what his follow-up is here to that turn 1 Inquisition. I like Alex's hand here. Looks like it's got a pretty sweet curve, just with 2-drop, 2-drop, 4-drop, and it should work out pretty well.
Yeah.
You got a Serum Visions here.
Interesting. So Josh decides that playing the Serum Visions is worth the extra 2 life on the shock.
Yeah, so I actually watched this deck play a little bit last round, and this deck has some sick reach. So
The Esper one?
no, the mono black one.
Okay.
He's got a bunch. I believe he has the full 4 Giralf's Messengers, which is just an all-star in these control matchups. I know Jaws is playing Anguished Unmakings, but even then you're taking 3 from that, 5 after the first initial ETB trigger.
That's awesome.
So,
and we'll explain what these cards are that you may not have seen from Dark Ascension years ago. When they come up on stream. If he draws them.
Exactly. But and then he's also got Grey Merchant of Asphodel, Gary, as he's so lovingly called.
Yep.
Which I watched him 15-1 with last round.
That's awesome.
So he was playing against Mardu Pyromancer, and the guy had about 25 Pyromancer tokens combined with Lingering Souls that he just could not attack with at all because he had a Phyrexian Obliterator, and he was at about 50-ish life because of a Kalitas.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
It was an absolute shenanigans board state. Anyway, he just drops the Gary and 15s him and the game's over. So it was actually incredible.
Let's get that on camera.
Yeah, it was a really fun. That's what I watched last round while I was on the floor.
Nice.
So Joss plays a Field of Ruin, says go. I expect a Field of Ruin to hit that Smoldering or that Leech-ridden swamp eventually. Looks like we.
I feel like it's Leech-ridden Marsh.
It might be Leech-ridden Marsh. I think it's swamp, but I'm not sure. So here we see Relentless Dead. That's definitely a good card for
Leech-ridden Swamp. No, you're right.
Okay, it's definitely a good card for Alex in this matchup because it has the good old text "When this dies," which is a good place to be against the control deck because your stuff's going to be dying.
Yes.
So he gets to untap with it, which means as soon as that Relentless Dead dies, he's going to be able to get back that any of his zombies in his graveyard just by paying X, where X is their mana cost. So that's going to be really good for him.
Definitely.
So Jaws just takes the hit down to 15. I saw a Damnation in his hand as long with a Jace the Mind Sculptor. So
seems good.
Looks like Jaws is just waiting to hit more colored sources of mana because right now he's stuck on double Field of Ruin. So I expect to see a Field of Ruin activation here end step from Jaws to try and find either the blue source if he wants to play Jace or the black source if he wants to play the Damnation. If he's feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
I'm expecting the blue source here on this board, assuming not much happens. Looks like Alex, go ahead, finds a Blood Crypt, shocks it, and we'll see what he wants to play for 3 mana. I'm expecting Giralf's Messenger out of him.
Sure.
That's kind of the key 3 mana card out of his deck from what I've seen.
If he draws it.
Yeah. Oh, looks like we just got a 2 mana play, probably followed up by a 1 mana play. Another Gifted Aetherborn here. So
as it turns out, there's a lot of cards in Magic that cost black, 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 or black, black, or black, 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 black.
Yeah.
Just a pile of black mana
Wizards
symbols.
loves making you have black symbols, so
Which makes the deck that gets to play all of them
pretty good. Yeah. Like Phyrexian Obliterator's a little overtuned. Here we see Mismatching Swamps.
Perfect. Just as it should be.
Yeah,
Actually,
just as Richard Garfield intended.
that's the Therese Nielsen art, right?
I have no
I'm pretty
clue.
sure. Yeah. No, that swamp is sweet. Yes, it looks like a relatively normal swamp, but you can only get it through a promotional thing or through, I think it was printed in a commander set or something.
Yeah. All right. So we saw Jaws indeed get the Jace land. So he got the island, untaps, slams the Jace the Mind Sculptor. We'll see what he wants to do with it. I expect just a brainstorm. Sure. Seems like the best way to go on this board. Logic Knot.
You like
that?
bouncing?
A Path to Exile, Lingering Souls, Collective Brutality, and I think that's a Search for Azcanta. I think I saw. Maybe I'm mistaken. I can't see what the card is behind that Damnation, but
He's got a lot of gas.
his hand is just mono gas. So
Not more than
okay,
that.
here we see a Gary in there. Grey Merchant of Asphodel.
2 damage coming into
Kalitas.
Jace.
Yep. Let's see. I believe it's Kalitas, Fatal Push, Grey Merchant of Asphodel, and I believe another Fatal Push out of Alex. I believe that's Alex's hand. So
Okay.
not great. Oh, he's got the other Kalitas still face up on the table from the first turn Inquisition. So his hand is 2 Kalitases. Yeah, his hand's like pretty weak here. He needs to see lands. These Fatal Pushes are super dead.
His hand would be great against like goblins or something.
Oh, it would be unbelievable if he were playing in a creature matchup.
Yeah.
As it stands, this Relentless Dead has a lot of work to do. Yeah. So it looks like we saw another start of turn Brainstorm from Jaws with Jace. So it looks like we're going to see if he can protect it. He's got just a bajillion different ways to try and protect this Jace. Whichever way he chooses, we'll see. I'm kind of partial to Lingering Souls. That seems pretty good here. I think just throwing out blockers. I like pathing the Relentless Dead so that you don't get that activation. Although I'm not sure that there are any notable zombies in the graveyard right now, so it's not a big deal.
This works very well. As well.
Collective Brutality, escalate. So here we get
Looks
to
like
see.
he's not escalating.
Or no escalation.
He's
Yeah.
only choosing the duress mode.
Yep.
Look at your opponent's
So,
hand. Yeah,
here we
find
see
use
a-
your sorcery.
Just unsightfully bad hand out of.
It's not that bad. It's not great
Alex.
right here, but it's not.
Seeing as the only castable cards in his hand are Fatal Pushes against the
Yes.
deck that I don't think is playing any non-Lingering Souls creatures.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Upkeep Field of Ruins for Plains, going for the path on the Relentless Dead. I like this line a lot from Jaws. This seems good. There are a lot of great targets for Path to Exile out of Alex's deck. There's just a lot of good, when this dies triggers. Draw Off Messenger, Relentless Dead, all that. So it's an important card, but I think this is a good activation of it when you see that the opponent is stuck on lands there.
Sure.
So it looks like he drew a Liliana, the Last Hope.
Okay.
Minus twos, going back, getting a creature. So it looks like he has the choice between a Relentless Dead and a Gifted Aetherborn.
I believe so.
I think are the only creatures in that graveyard.
You weren't kidding about the mismatching swamps, by the way.
Yeah, he's got them all. He's got the set.
That's fantastic.
But my favorite part about his mismatching swamps are they're a collection of desirable swamps.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like 4th edition white border. Like
he's got the nice
just like the most
one,
the most the unglued, the unhinged,
unstable, and the Trace Nielsen.
Yeah,
that's sweet. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet collection. If you're gonna play,
Oh,
Sorin, Lord of Innistrad,
Grim Nemesis,
yes,
right?
yes, I believe it's Grim Nemesis.
All right, so
6 mana Sorin from Shadows of Innistrad.
Yep. So yeah,
this one is a house.
Turns out when you can cast it and get it in play and have it not die on the crackback,
it's incredible.
This Sorin is very, very good.
Yeah, I mean the +1 on that Sorin is excellent. It looks like he went down.
He went -2 to kill.
-1 killed the Lily.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Which seems good. Gain a life point. That's like excellent. And it looks like.
Sure.
Okay, so
it looks like.
Okay, so Jaws is 1 point lower, 2 points lower than we expect because there was a shock that we missed earlier. So he is at 14. That's all been figured out. Jace goes ahead, start a turn, brainstorm, throw the cards on the floor because you're just winning by so much that you don't need that one. So,
yeah, these two planeswalkers together, pretty solid together.
All right. So
quite good.
Yeah, I mean these. I think I would put any planeswalker next to. Oh my gosh, this is some incredible value. You brainstorm, put the card back, plus your Sorin, you get to reveal it, and then you get to dome them for the amount that you put back. So you just get to throw your 3s and 4s back. Flip it up and just dome him for 3 there with the Sorin. That's really so sick.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I want to be playing this deck.
Alex brought up the fact that at least Phyrexian Obliterator is pretty good against Sorin.
That's true. It's bad against Jace.
Yeah, bad against Jace.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure even at this point, not good enough.
Yeah, I think I'm there with you.
Yeah.
I am. So Cletus, he's going to gain some life. So go ahead and
nothing.
Yeah, reverse the Sorin activation there, which I guess is something.
Okay.
There is the Obliterator. All right, Jace
Great.
is at 1. So like.
Yeah, he called that shot.
Yeah. So Jace is at 1. So it's but he can just. Yeah,
wow.
The soul token
Cletus.
died.
Yeah.
So he gets to end of turn Snapcaster a Fatal Push with Revolt. Fatal pushing Phyrexian Obliterator.
Yeah. That's...
Yeah. I mean, I was excited there for a second, but I so excited that I forgot how absolutely unbelievable Jaws' hand is. He's just got straight mono gas.
He could comfortably just cast Damnation here and be fine. Wipe his own board.
Yeah, it'd be
keep
totally
his
fine.
planeswalkers.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So we got lands, another Field of Ruin, Snapcaster, Lingering Souls, Logic Knot. Just no real need to do anything particular here. Jaws can just looks like he shuffles away the top before activating Sorin, so he doesn't like what's there. So he's gonna go digging for some big another 6 mana Sorin to dome him with.
Yeah, okay, sure. Every turn, put back Soren, flip up Soren, hit you for 6.
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
Now
All right.
that's a clock.
So he just -4s on the Kalitas. So it looks like he's trying to gain some life here.
Yeah, so I've seen Jaws come, try to build different versions of this control deck. Soren Grim Nemesis, this is sweet.
This is sweet.
Yeah.
I'm in on the Soren Grim Nemesis build.
I agree with where he's gone.
Yeah, Jace the Mind Sculptor is good with a variety of cards. Soren Grim Nemesis might have been one that I had arrived at pretty far down the list.
Yeah.
But he got there, and it is good.
That's fantastic.
Alright, so he Fatal Pushes a Snapcaster. Alex gets a zombie off of the Kalitas. This all happens in response to the Soren minus on the Kalitas. So the Snapcaster gets exiled. We get a zombie. Kalitas dies. And I believe that's in for 1. We're on Jaws' main phase 2 now.
I believe so, yeah.
Yep, Flashback Lingering Souls. 2 more souls on the way. He's got his sweet PAX promo token of himself that he uses.
That's great.
Yeah, they're pretty quality.
As well as what is that, Yu-Gi-Oh token?
Yeah, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh token that has a picture of himself on it.
Great.
It's pretty sweet.
Man, yeah, I mean, hey, I would use that if I had one.
Oh yeah, so we've seen attack with the zombie, double block with the souls, trade for the zombie. So, and Jaws just sits here with all of the removal he could possibly want.
Snap, Logic Knot. Is that a Lingering Souls?
Yep,
And
Snap, Logic Knot, Lingering Souls, and a Field of Ruin.
that's what I
Jaws.
saw too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's
So
quite comfortable.
Another Kalitas here from Alex. Snapcaster Fatal Push that one because the souls died earlier. And here we go. Now let's see what Jason Soren can muster up together. Come on, flip me an Emrakul. Flip me an Emrakul. Oh, that would be so sweet. There was an Emrakul the Promised End in Jaws' deck last week.
Really?
I don't think it's here anymore.
Oh, but it could be here.
But it could be. There could realistically be a 13-point fireball coming at Alex Corbin this
wow,
turn.
and that's lethal because in with the Snapcaster.
I know.
There you go.
It would be awesome.
Oh man.
All right.
Do we have it?
Going up to 3, top card, Lingering Souls.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Still a lightning bolt. That's pretty decent.
Draw a card, 3 damage. I'll take it.
I'll take it. I expect more out of my 6-mana Planeswalker. No, this one's doing well.
One
It's
of the
doing
nice
work.
things about this Soren that a lot of people underestimate is you play it, you plus it, and it's at 7 loyalty.
Yeah, 7's a lot.
Yeah.
You're not hitting that thing dead really very easily at all. And the other thing is, the life gain it gets you is not irrelevant at all. It's really good at stabilizing the board.
Yeah.
It comes down, kills a creature, gains like 4 life, and it's just, it's doing exactly what you want it to be doing. If you can throw a chump block in front of it the turn after, it's probably going to kill something else or draw cards and hit them. So like,
Definitely.
it's quite good.
Yeah.
All right, Serum Visions here. Go digging for even more gas because we don't have enough. See, 2 lands, I think that was. At least a Concealed Courtyard and something else. But looks like John's going to go ahead and...
I'm pretty comfortable putting Jaws at like 95% to win this game.
Yeah, easily, I think. I don't even think his best card, Obliterator, here is going to do much work at this point.
It is quite possible, though, that Jaws doesn't have the correct removal spell or the correct answer for exactly what he needs at the time, though. So there, if Alex draws Running Relentless Deads,
Yeah,
that'll get there.
Sure.
Maybe.
He needs more mana, though, to really make Running Relentless Dead that good.
That's fair. That's fair.
The Relentless Dead is a good threat, but he's also at 9. He has to deal 17 plus points of damage through another 2 copies of Lingering Souls, through a Soren, and also through just other miscellaneous blockers before Joss just kills him with Soren. And
it's a tall order.
Yeah, at this point, that's probably I'm safely putting my money on a 3-turn clock at max.
Okay.
4 at max,
Man.
3 realistically. So like, I think it's gonna be tough.
Definitely is. Yeah. So the Soren is able to knock him down to another 3 damage. So Alex is down to 6, which means that a Soren on the top or in the hand is going to be enough to, or second Soren is going to be enough to be able to kill him dead.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Snapcaster kill you with Soren is just a line that's available to Jaws. He has to block this Snapcaster with his Relentless Dead, and that's not a winning proposition for the mono black deck.
Jaws shuffled away his Damnation at one point, right?
I believe so.
Okay, because that would be 4 and a snap for 2. So.
Yeah, but we'd have to. At this point, Alex is just forced to block anything from Jaws because at this point, if he hasn't activated Soren, he's just going to dome him for 3, and we'll go to the next game.
I believe he already used Soren this turn.
Okay, so then I mean, at this point,
okay, there we go.
We're done here. Even if he hadn't, I think he can just untap and do it next turn. So
yeah.
And I don't believe Alex has really any source of direct damage in his deck. So looks like we got the sideboards. What do you like from Alex? What do we got?
So Alex's board has a Knight of Souls Betrayal, 2 Surgical Extraction, 2 Damnation, 2 Nihil Spellbomb. That's a good one. 2 Fulminator Mage, 3 Dreadbore. That's a good one as well.
Dreadbore's good.
1 Collective Brutality, 1 by Force, and 1 Lilion Death's Majesty.
Yeah, all right.
That's a good one too.
So from Alex, I'm buying in on the Nihil Spellbombs. I'm buying in on the Dreadbores. I'm buying the Collective Brutality, I think.
Okay. That's fair.
Surgical Extraction, do you think Surgical Extraction is good enough? It's going to hit Lingering Souls, most likely, is the card that I think Alex would be looking for to hit, if he's bringing it in. I'm not convinced that's good enough.
Okay,
Hitting Lingering Souls after you get 1 activation, potentially more if you see it later in the game. I think it's probably not good enough. I think you probably just want more threat density for Joss to have to answer.
And Lingering Souls are generally not big enough to block your
stuff.
Obliterators,
yeah, exactly.
Kalidases.
Yeah, so I don't think I want the Surgicals here. Damnation, certainly not. Fulminator Mage, you could sell me on. 3-color deck, it could be... it's definitely possible to hit their mana so that they can't really play all their spells effectively, especially when Jaws is trying to play double Black Damnation, double Blue Jace, and also Lingering Souls and Path to Exile all on curve. It's totally reasonable to be able to hit a land and take him off of that plan, but it's pretty dependent on Jaws' draw, so if you don't have bad cards that you want to take out, I think that I would leave him in the board.
Sure.
So let's see. As far as Joss goes, we have 1 Engineered Explosives, 1 Kalidas Traitor of Get, 1 Blessed Alliance, 1 Ceremonious Rejection, 1 Detention Sphere, 1 Disenchant, 2 Nihil Spellbomb, 1 Duress, 2 Negate, 2 Disdainful Strike, Stroke, yeah, I'm pretty sure this would be Stroke, yeah, and 2 Vendilion Click.
Yeah. So,
what do you like?
I actually really like the Nihil Spellbomb because
I agree. Yeah.
It gets rid of a lot of Alex's recursive threats, and it deals with the Relentless Dead problem, which could be enough to really, one of the ways that Joss loses this game is by getting value. He uses his Fatal Pushes to remove the cards, and they just come back because Relentless Dead can do that.
Or it's a Geralf's Messenger.
Yeah,
I like the Nihil Spellbomb. It deals with the Geralf's Messenger, permanently if you hit it at the right time.
Yeah.
Which is good. For the same reason I like the Kalidas a lot. Not only does it gain you life against a rather aggressive deck, that's really important. It also exiles their creatures. So Relentless Dead, no effect. Geralf's Messenger, that ain't coming back.
And Detention Sphere as well.
Detention Sphere
for
seems
similar
good.
reasons.
Yeah, Detention Sphere seems good.
Yeah. Other than that, Disdainful Stroke is not great.
No, it's very bad.
Well, it hits Kalidas.
It's not very bad. It hits a Kalidas Obliterator Gary.
Yeah. But not the worst.
It's not the worst.
Not worth bringing.
I think I'd rather keep in my reactive removal.
Yes.
As a general rule.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're getting Garried for 11, you've lost anyway. So.
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
I don't think Disdainful Stroking Gary is really where you want to be.
Fair enough.
What do you think about the Liliana Death's Majesty out of Alex's board?
I think that's exactly where he wants to be.
I'm slam dunking that in.
Yep.
If I'm him, I think that sounds phenomenal.
Because on these boards where Jaws just has a Planeswalker and some removal in hand to back it up, having a Planeswalker of your own to just continually gain value is great.
Yeah, just great. It's basically doing everything you want to be doing. It's bringing your stuff back. It's making zombies. It's going to be the hardest threat for Joss to answer in his deck, which is a really important place to be. So
I agree completely.
Yep. So yeah, I think who do you think is favored going into this game 2 after all the sideboarding?
I gotta say Jaws.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you there.
Which actually brings up an interesting thing that I was thinking about. We last round we saw Jeskai control with Jace's and that kind of thing, and now we're seeing Esper control. And I think that Jaws' version of this Esper control, letting him play Lingering Souls and Fatal Push, is enough better specifically against this mono black deck than if he was on the Jeskai control plan. Use Lightning Bolts to kill your things. Use Lightning Helix to kill your things. That would be a lot worse than what he's currently able to do. Block your big guys with your Lingering Souls.
Absolutely.
So it's just interesting. The distinction between the two decks is very pronounced, even though they're both blue-white Jace control decks.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, I think Jaws' hand is 6 lands on the Detention Sphere.
Get there.
I might have seen that wrong, but
Hey, look, a land.
I think it's something like that. It's at least a lot of lands in a Detention Sphere.
Okay.
There might be another blue-white card I'm missing in there. There's an Engineered Explosives, a Lingering Souls, and an Omnix list. I couldn't be further from
entirely wrong.
Just entirely wrong.
That's
It's just a bad glare. Just unbelievably wrong. His hand's actually just good. I was gonna be Bitter Blossom on turn 2.
That's sweet.
That is going to be hard for Jaws. That is the control deck nightmare.
That's what Engineered Explosives is for.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But do you think the one copy of Engineered Explosives is going to be enough to?
Didn't you say he had it? Yeah, he had.
He has it in his hand,
Yeah.
but is that enough? When you look at the rest of his hand, Detention Sphere's great, right?
Yeah.
Detention Sphere wipes it once. Engineered Explosives wipes it again. But that combined with the other threats that Alex was just putting on the board, I'm not entirely sold that that's going to be enough to keep Jaws in it.
Explosives for 2 destroy the Bitter Blossom. Then you're not dealing with that recursive threat.
Sure. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, that would be good. That's probably better than just sweeping the board with tokens. So
Yeah.
that seems good.
So we've got a Jarl's Messenger.
De-sphere that.
Detention Sphere. Yeah,
It looks like a damnation off the top for Jaws. So he's in no rush to kill this Bitter Blossom. He's got a good bit of time to sit around and he can wipe the board with the that damnation as soon as the fairies get out of control. Ooh.
Okay.
Turn 3 Liliana of the Veil from
Turn 4,
Alex.
right? Turn 2 Bitter
Yeah.
Blossom.
Turn 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn 4.
Okay.
So
Lily on the Veil seems quite good here.
very good.
Yeah.
I don't see an answer to it in Jaws' hand other than that Engineered Explosives, but
This
like we
Lingering
said,
Souls is pretty
Lingering Souls, and thank you very much, says
Yeah.
Jaws, for the added value there.
Okay.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have an answer to it. He's looking at between EEing for 2 and EE for 3, and he can't kill both threats, so he's kind of got to pick his poison here.
Yeah.
Whether he'd rather leave him with an Engineered Explosives or the Liliana of the Veil.
And he also can't, play Lingering Souls, get Engineered Explosives, next turn wipe the guy's fairies, and then swing at Liliana. That doesn't work because Engineered Explosives wipes your own fairies.
Yeah, exactly. Wipes your own
Or your
souls.
souls, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. And then we see the Engineered Explosives. Looks like it's on 2. Yeah, and Engineered Explosive for 3 also kills his D-Sphere. His Detention
So
Sphere.
we're not doing that.
Yeah, that line's aggressively wrong. I'm pretty sure it's just awful. So he agrees that line would be terrible and takes the EE for 2 on the Bitter Blossom, and he's gonna have to try and find an answer to the Liliana Tribal. This new Planeswalker rule really made a difference in Modern almost entirely because you want to be playing both of these Lilianas.
Yes.
And here we see exactly why you want to be playing both of them. They're so good together.
They are, in fact.
One of them attacks the hand, one of them attacks the board, and
you can even use the Liliana the Veil to discard a card and then get back with Liliana
it's
Lasso.
so good. It's just so good. And Jaws is so far behind now.
Yeah.
We talked about the threats from Alex being easy to answer from Jaws, but we talked about those recursive threats that the control deck would have a hard time dealing with. We didn't even touch on the 3-mana Planeswalkers that come in. So
man,
it's just they're just so hard to deal with.
he's got his sweepers, he's got his fatal pushes, his was that 2 damnations in hand?
I think just the one, and I think I saw him stumble with the flip, or with the when he was flicking it through his hand.
Yeah, sure.
But even if it was the 2, the second one is so bad right now. The second one just does nothing. Kind of. I mean, I guess it kills some Bitter Blossom tokens, but that's not really where you want to be when you're staring at 2 Lilianas. So.
Right. Yeah, destroying all creatures. Destroying all creatures does not do much against the Liliana, and hopefully another Liliana.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited for him to get his third.
The third the Liliana suite. Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
The escalation of Liliana through the years. Looks like we see a Kalitas and a Kolaghan's Command in Alex Gorman's hand, I think.
This is exactly what Jaws cannot have happen.
Yeah, Kalitas and Kolaghan's Command are... Kolaghan's Command is one of the grindiest cards that Magic has printed in a long time. You look at Legacy, you get to see decks like 4-color, check pile, basically... If you're signing up to play a grindy deck in Legacy, you're slotting in Kolaghan's Command. So, sitting here in Modern, it's looking real good.
Seriously. All right.
Kolaghan Command, you discard, probably returning his own
Gifted Aetherborn. Yeah. Yep. Discard the Damnation, which is pretty much dead here.
And then...
Told you there were 2 Damnations.
Yep, there sure were 2 Damnations.
Well, they're both bad.
Yeah, so discard both.
Okay.
And,
so, man, Jaws isn't... Man, he's going to get his Liliana. He's going to get ulted by that Liliana of the Veil. Almost definitely.
Yeah, almost certainly. Luckily for him, that one doesn't just win the game. Omnixilus, unfortunately, cannot kill Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Only kills creatures, but it does draw him cards.
So Omnixilus Reignited here. Its +1 is... Was it draw a card, you lose a life?
Yep.
It's -3
kill a creature.
Non-black creature, right? Or it might just be a creature.
Kill a creature.
Okay.
Yep.
Destroy card creature.
Yep.
And then its -8 is probably not...
You win the game.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah, yet another Planeswalker Ultimate that reads you win the game.
In another interesting way.
So, yeah, it's you win the game in 3 turns. So, it's fine. It does what you want out of a Planeswalker Ultimate, and that's win the game eventually. So,
yeah.
Now, Thoughtseize out of Alex takes a Kalitas out of his hand, leaves Joss with naught but a land. I think we're going to be seeing double Liliana all of this game.
That seems pretty sweet.
Yeah, that seems hard to beat.
Yeah,
what do you
it
think?
Really does.
I have lost games with a Liliana the Last Hope Ultimate that was in Legacy Cube, and I'm still upset about it. But I did win the match and get the trophy.
Okay, so that works out.
So it was fine, but I did lose that game. For what it's worth, I did Dragon Lord Silumgar his Liliana the Last Hope,
and then
ult it.
Yeah.
So, and believe it or not, I lost that game. So,
man, either way, it's looking like Jaws' deck is very well set up to beat a bunch of
the creature threats.
Creatures, yeah. And then these Planeswalkers are just
not so well set up.
Can't answer them. Yeah.
So he did bring in the Fulminator Mages. Doesn't look like he can cut them off any colors, so it's not looking great here.
Fulminator Mage, destroying a non-basic land can serve pretty well when your opponent is on 2 or 3 lands. And that's one of the things I've noticed with some of these blue-white-black, blue-white-red control
blue-white
decks.
X decks. Yeah.
Sometimes you need to be spending your cards and your everything on not dying, which means if you have set up your deck to not lose, you might not have enough lands to I don't know. If you're playing 23 lands in your control deck, then you're drawing enough removal to not lose, but you're also not drawing that many lands. So,
either way, just based on how Jaws has built his deck, it's looking like his Omnixilus plan is going to be, he'll get to 5 mana just fine, and the Omnixilus is designed to draw him into more removal and stuff afterwards.
Ooh, alright. Are we making piles? Oh, we're making piles. I think. With the Liliana Ultimate here.
Looks like. Yep.
Alright, let's make some piles. Where the Planeswalker's going? Where the Lingering Soul's going?
So it looks like
Liliana went to 7, right?
Yeah,
Before
Liliana went to 7,
So
then-
he's gonna
then back down to 6.
He gets to keep his Liliana.
Mr. Greedlord over here.
Hey, if you're at this board, say you definitely want to keep the Liliana.
Yeah, make sure you put that detention sphere in a pile also. Because
Yes.
you got to make sure if he wants to keep that one.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to keep that one.
If you're, so you either get 3 lands on an Ob Nixilis or 2 lands. So you get 3 lands, an Ob Nixilis, 1 soul, or 2 lands, 3 souls, and a detention sphere.
Yes.
Well, where are you at?
Wow. Can I take neither of these?
Can I take game 3?
Yeah. that's
No.
Game
Game
two.
3 is not an
Game
option.
No, game 3. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I think you can't afford to have that detention sphere go away.
Yeah. I think I want
Maybe
to
you
take
can.
the lands because the only card that saves me in Joss's deck right now is the top deck Anguish Unmaking. And I assume, Alex set it up in a way so that either pile he picks screws him off of a color.
Yes.
So,
It's not looking great for Joss here.
yeah, so it looks like pile 1 he gets black, and pile 2 he gets white. Oh, looks like we're still thinking about it. So, that pile will currently give him access to all 3 colors, the detention sphere, and 3 souls.
Hey, taking a while to think about this is definitely in Alex's best interest. What he really doesn't want to do here is put
Make
into
a bad
piles
pile.
and make a bad pile. Joss is able to come back, maybe kill Lily on the Veil, and now that it's low, and
Yeah, I know Jaws has Anguished Unmakings in his deck. I don't
least
know
one.
whether I believe he has 2 in his main board. Whether or not he brought those out because he didn't see any Planeswalkers in Game 1 and he felt that he had better removal that can deal with the recursive threats, I'm not sure. So, but I certainly expect to see them in his deck in Game 3 after this.
I feel like I keep them in, the Anguish Unmakings in.
I think I would have as well, but, Jaws had some
know.
good stuff to bring in, and his deck is pretty good, so you gotta find room somewhere.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
fair. No, it's totally fair.
You don't want to overboard on removal either. You still want your deck to function.
Especially removal that loses you life against the creature deck that's beating you
Absolutely. 3 life is a lot.
down. Alright, so Joss has made his decision to get
he
rid
keeps
of the Ob
the 3 land, 2 soul, and detention sphere pile. And I agree with him. And then immediately gets strip mined by the Fulminator Mage, and he's down to black and white.
So, not much that can actually pull him out of this.
I believe Jaws has a Polluted Delta in his hand.
Okay.
And there's
not nothing.
Nope, it's a Jace. Yeah, I think I'm going to game 3.
Okay,
if
it's
I'm
nothing.
Jaws. Yeah. It's just flat nothing.
I agree. Go to game 3, and remember, it also might be in his best interest to scoop here, go to the next game that he then has more time to win with because he's down to 15 minutes.
We only have 16 minutes here, and his deck can't win that quickly.
Yeah.
Going to game 3 here, I think is correct. You still have to win a game in 15 minutes with your control deck, and
It would take a
That's
miracle
not-
for him to win this one.
more than that, more than a miracle, I would say. Not only can you not beat the first Liliana, you can't beat the second Liliana, let alone the third Liliana. We're seeing him tap out here, please. Oh, it's just Cletus. No. So on the list of unbeatable threats that Alex has, I count 3, and I see 2 lands and a Jace the Mind Sculptor in Jaws' hand. So I think I'd pack him up at this point, but...
I mean, hey, some miracles are good. If he gets a couple more lands, and a Miracle Bonfire does it.
It's to find a couple more lands. We're talking Miracle Bonfire for
you gotta kill
14
the
plus
Lily.
Kalitas attacking.
Well, you don't have to kill him. You just have to get rid of the Planeswalkers. That's
Sure,
what
yeah.
matters. Okay,
It
there
looks
we go.
like Jaws agrees. We're done
Tying it
here.
up to 1-1.
Going to 1-1 as a Mono Black Super Friends cleans up on Esper Super Friends here.
Excellent. Gotta love the Super Friends control mirrors.
Yeah. So looks like Liliana is in fact settling the dispute of which is better, her or Jace, as she just absolutely crushes that Jace deck as the Jace is left stranded in hand.
Yep.
So
back to sideboarding.
Yep, Jaws going to be on the play for this game 3. After seeing that game, what do you like from Jaws' side?
Man,
Are you so
I like duress.
Are you
No, I
so
don't like
far
duress.
in that you're bringing in negate?
I don't think so, because
I don't think so.
the whole
either.
point of Alex's deck is playing good creatures.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it's just the best black cards, the deck.
Yeah.
And most of them are creatures, but there's a few that are planeswalkers. And, it
So-
looks like Jaws' deck has trouble answering them. I might bring in a negate or two.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's fair. So let's
They're the
think about-
hardest threats for you to answer. You know, your deck is well equipped to deal with everything else in Alex's deck except those early Lilianas.
Yeah,
I think
So
so.
ones that the negate would hit.
Yeah, I think you could sell me on at least one negate, maybe not two.
You know, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I like 2 negates there. Because Jaws' deck is built to go late, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to negate the first Lily, and then on turn 11,
Yeah, you want to
he
have the next one.
he draws a Liliana,
Yeah.
plays it, and you want to be able to negate or snap negate that one as well.
Yeah, totally.
So,
And
yeah.
you can always shuffle it away with Jace. If
Yes.
it's that. So
okay, sure. I mean, he might have even brought it in earlier. We don't.
yeah,
we don't
he
really
totally
know.
might have. So, but I think those negates seem good here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the duress for similar reasoning,
See, that's what I was thinking.
or is duress
about.
worse?
I
Or is duress better?
duress might be better.
I think duress is probably worse
It probably
than
probably
negate.
is.
And but he's already playing Inquisition of Kozilek at the very least. He might be playing some Thoughtseize as well.
He is playing Thoughtseize.
Okay, great. So, Jaws' deck already has that effect. And I don't think he wants 3 of them, especially not going
Yeah,
up on
I agree.
duress, which is probably the worst one against the deck full of creatures.
I agree. You don't want to, you don't want your turn 1 discard spell to be a duress, and then have it look real bad against the, Gifted Aetherborn, Relentless Dead, Giralf's Messenger, Gary, Obliterator hand.
Oh my gosh, that
You know.
that would just be awful.
And then you sit there looking down at your hand, going like, "Oh, we made mistakes. We are losing this game. I
Yeah.
cannot beat that Obliterator ever."
Yeah. I mean, at least he has Path to the Obliterator.
All right, looks like we got 2 lands off the top there. That is
Sorry,
Inquisition, Kalitas,
Dreadbore.
Dragon Skull Summit, Dreadbore, and a Swamp. That's a passable hand.
And
from-
a Smoldering Marsh as well, if I... in the back there.
yeah. A
Okay.
passable
Yeah.
hand from Alex.
I like that
not
7.
particularly exciting, but I think I'm keeping that 7.
Oh yeah, you're definitely keeping that 7.
Kalitas seems good. Inquisition is good.
Yeah. And you have Dreadbore for whatever...
Dreadbore for a
planeswalker.
threat. Yep. That seems good.
Looks like Joss is going down to 6.
Yep. So
Yeah.
hopefully he can find a more playable 6, especially on the play. Turn 1 Inquisition is always going to be good.
Mm-hmm. Usually, always.
Unless you have to hit Lingering Souls, and then you feel awful. He just reveals land, like Jace, Sorin, Lingering Souls.
I mean, do you keep that? You keep that hand. You definitely
At
keep
6?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
would keep
it's
that,
6.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd probably keep that 7 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a real possibility, but
Sure.
hopefully for Alex's sake, he's not just ramping his opponent into a Lingering Souls with his turn 1 play.
Even there, his hand seems. He doesn't really have that many threats. He doesn't have a Gifted Aetherborn.
Okay, so we have 3 lands, Thoughtseize, and Serum Visions, and I think a 4th land.
Yeah, you're keeping that.
Yeah, that seems great.
Yes. All right. So
I think
Jaws
2 of
on
them
the
are
play.
Field of Ruins, though, so he might be a little color stuck.
What do you like? Turn 1 Thoughtseize or turn 1 Serum Visions? Just knowing no other information.
I like Thoughtseize.
Yep.
By quite a bit. Let's see. So
Swamp Dragon. Okay, so
think
it's 4 lands.
yeah, so it's definitely either the Dreadbore or the Inquisition there, depending on whether or not you want to protect your own hand or whether you care about a Dreadbore. I think Kalitas is the easiest for your deck to answer.
Yes, agreed.
So that's a Thoughtseize off the top there.
That's a pretty nice.
Alex is going to lead with that instead of the Inquisition. What do you think?
That seems better. I like that because your life doesn't really matter that much against Jaws.
It doesn't, but Jaws knew about the Inquisition because it revealed it, so gives a little extra information there.
But he can't. He doesn't have any other actions for it to matter. Like he can't play around it at that point. By the time he
but
knew.
I think I would have led with the Inquisition because you're not doing anything on turn 2 either.
Yeah.
Usually.
Also, Jaws took the Inquisition. So
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
So it doesn't
Yeah,
even-
yeah. So it's just on autopilot. at that
even
point.
so, I like the Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
Because if you Thoughtseize there, if you Inquisition and see a bunch of 4-drops, then
Yeah,
it's
it
not
feels
great.
really bad. However, Jaws revealed 3 lands and a Serum Vision. So
Got rid of the Serum Visions, and now he's
And he's
on,
on mono
a bunch.
lands.
Yeah, a bunch of Field of Ruins.
and a Serum Vision's there.
Hey, Field of Ruins decent here because
There's no way that Alex is playing mountains in his deck. You can't play mountains in your Obliterator deck.
No,
if
yep,
you're doing
absolutely
mono
not.
Mono black. So I guess his idea here is keep Alex on swamps, get rid of his red sources because Joss had 2 Field of Ruins, so that will do that.
making the Dreadbore unnecessary to take because
It's hard to cast. Yeah. The double Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin has really been an all-star.
Oh, I love that card.
It's surprisingly so good, Yeah. I've seen a lot of people, with the popularity of Jund lately, I've seen a lot of people just saying, screw it, screw red. I'm just going to play black-green so I can play my 4 Field of Ruins.
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
it's
doing,
sweet. It's so sweet that's like a legitimate option that you can decide not to play Bloodbraid Elf and all these sweet cards like Lightning Bolt. Because you're like, I just want to play 4 Field of Ruins, and I'm just going to jam my playset of Tireless Trackers, and it's going to be sweet.
It's a nice mid-ground between Ghost Quarter and Wasteland.
Yeah, absolutely. So, here we see a Gifted Aetherborn from Alex. So, that seems pretty good here. Jaws, last time we checked in, doesn't have an answer to creatures in his hand at all. He does have a Lingering Souls, looks like a Jace the Mind Sculptor, and he's since drawn a Path to Exile as well. So he's got one answer to a creature, Jace the Mind Sculptor, and a Lingering Souls, another copy of Field of Ruin in his hand. What do you like here?
Well, Joss also knows about the... Well, Jace is pretty good.
Yeah.
Joss also knows about the Kalitas in his hand, in Alex's hand, meaning he's probably holding the path for that.
Yeah, that
he's
seems
not going
likely.
to ever path this Gifted Aetherborn.
Yeah. He might next turn to protect this Jace if he wants to zero it again.
Sure. Yeah, so there's a...
Yeah, so...
It looks like Alex's hand is not ideal here, in that what I was saying before with the Field of Ruin cut Alex off of red seems to have worked, because Alex has still that Dreadbore, and he's since drawn a Call Against Command.
Oh, but he does have a red land in his hand, so he can power out that Dreadbore on the Jace the Mind Sculptor.
He's got a Smoldering Marsh, and he's had it since the beginning of the game.
Yeah, so, I mean...
He just hasn't played it.
That seems like a pretty easy choice if I'm Alex here. But he goes at Jace, so it looks like he doesn't want to Dreadbore the Jace. Oh, okay, so he's gonna 2 at Jace, Call Against Command, finish off the Jace, you discard a card, discards the Lingering Souls that I believe Alex knew about, making that play a little less good, but taking out half a Lingering Souls is still pretty good.
How would he have known about it?
I think he saw it with the Thoughtseize on turn 1.
No, because that was the land. That was Serum Visions and lands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. I believe... So it looks like our producer is telling us that he had the Lingering Souls in his hand. It probably just disguised itself as planes.
Yeah, okay.
Put on the fedora and...
That's fine.
The trench coat.
And look like a plane.
Yeah. Did its best, got some grass growing out the shoulder blades.
Those
thing.
sneaky
You put
planes.
on the ghillie suit, the Lingering Souls.
I'm sure that's...
Carried around like a cardboard sun behind it with like an artistic sign on it.
That sounds exactly like what would definitely... I mean, hey, I'd take that altar.
It's just a guy in an alley with a cardboard sun on his back.
Planes. Oh, man.
Yeah. Alright, so another Serum Visions here from Jaws. Finds a Fatal Push. So, Flashback Lingering Souls. Get 2/1/1s. Those look pretty bad in the face of this Gifted Aetherborn.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah,
Not
they're
necessarily...
fine.
they're not blocking here.
Ooh,
But
another red land. Alex is
Sweet.
ripping them hot. That is the thing. Alex does play a lot of red lands in his mono black deck. I mean, it's not actually mono black like we've discussed, but you have the liberty of being able to play Blood Crypt, Bloodstained Mire, Smoldering Marsh, Dragon Skull Summit in your black deck because they all produce black, and it's mostly free.
yeah, they're all coming in untapped.
Yep. An interesting thing from Alex's deck is he actually isn't playing Field of Ruin himself, which is kind of interesting. It doesn't produce black mana, which is incredibly important for Phyrexian Obliterator.
Yes.
But, we've been talking about the power level of that card being much higher than most people expected.
Yep.
So I can understand not playing it. You obviously can't play Aetherborn on 2, Drops Messenger on 3, or Obliterator on 4 if you have it there.
Yeah.
But, it does provide an interesting angle of attack against a lot of decks, even 3-color ones, cutting them off colors.
Yep.
So here we see the Leech-ridden Swamp getting fetched up.
It is a swamp.
It is.
If we can pull that up again, I'm sure people would love to see it.
Yeah. So currently it cannot be activated because he only has 1 black permanent.
It's great.
Yep. So each opponent loses a life, activates this ability only if you control 2 or more black permanents.
Something that was pretty nice that we were talking over and we didn't mention is that Fulminator Mage hitting the Hollow Fountain did cut Jaws off of white mana. He does not have access to white mana.
I believe there's a Godless Shrine.
That is a godless shrine,
Yeah.
not a watery grave.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
I believe that's a godless shrine.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So he does have
Yeah.
he does have all 3 colors, and he's got a Field of Ruin, so he can find that if he needs it.
If he really needs it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, not at all cut off of white mana, but that's fine as well. Either way, it was a decent fulminator at the time.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It did its job. Fatal Push Aetherborn.
In response, use the Liquid Swamp.
Get you for 1! Yeah!
Get there.
Oh my god, this deck is sweet.
I actually this is not a bad. This is like
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
This
Liquid
is
Swamp is good.
Yeah, it's good. This is a good place to be in a room full of fair decks, which is kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
There's really no combo here, which is pretty sweet. You know, we have a lot of interactive magic at this store. So, Leech-Ridden Swamp and the mono black just better fair stuff than you deck is like a sweet place to be, actually.
I don't think we have a single person on Storm out there.
We do not. No.
Yeah. So, yeah.
The closest combo we have is like Counters Company and Kiki Chord, which is like mostly fair also.
Yeah.
Alright, so this Fulminator Mage did cut him off of white. So
Yes.
he now has Island, Swamp, but a well-timed Polluted Delta can fix that problem. But he is going to have to fetch that up, and if he wants to get it sooner rather than later, it's going to cost 2 life, which, at 11 is not meaningless.
I don't think he's getting it this turn.
Yeah,
So
seems
it'll be
unlikely.
tapped.
Logic Not the Giraffe's Messenger.
That's
that
huge.
seems great.
That's very important.
And leaves him with a Path to Exile in hand. So,
That's pretty good too.
who do you like from this position? I'm not sure what cards Alex has in hand, but currently Jaws has 1 card. It's a Field of Ruin, 2 1/1s on board, and he's looking at the top card of his deck every turn.
I think that Jaws is. I think I like Jaws if he has something like a Jason Mind Sculptor or not even a Sorin, like a
Something
Jason Mind
on
Sculptor
top
in the
of his
top.
deck.
Let's say 3 cards.
Yeah,
If he draws land, then
it's bad.
It's very,
Damnation's
very
a
bad.
good one.
Damnation is a fine one. It
It's-
gives him like
yeah.
2 or 3 turns.
Yeah, it's.
Yes.
I'm sure he's happy to see that.
Yeah.
So we still have the Dreadbore there. I think there's a Kalitas coming this turn from
Probably.
Alex. That
Yep.
one seems good.
That's the one that's
I
been in his
believe
hand the entire game.
That's going to have to get that Path to Exile. That or the Damnation if Jaws would rather save the path for a recursive threat like that Relentless Death, like that Giraffe's Messenger.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
I think that's probably what he's thinking about right now, is whether or not he wants to be casting Damnation or casting the Path to Exile on this Kalitas. Looks like he says go, which means to me that he will be casting the Path. Also, Liliana of the Veil and Liliana of the Last Hope in Alex's hand right now, along with a Dreadbore.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Okay, I'm on the on the
Alex is
plan.
far ahead right now, I believe.
All right, so we've got the Lily uptick, discard.
Discards Path.
Interesting.
So, looks like he elects that he's going to be playing the Damnation. Liliana gets hit down to 3, cast the Damnation
Get rid of the Kalitas, and now we're at a relatively even board state
with
but
Liliana.
Liliana in play.
And let's make it another one. And Jaws is having flashbacks to game 2, and now we have the question, can Alex Gorman win in time? He's only got 43 seconds.
I bet
This
he
Gifted
wins in
Aetherborn is got to go the distance.
Yeah. Is Alex Gorman at 2?
No,
Is it 20
no, there's
something,
no
right?
A's at 2. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
got to be at
17,
something
yeah.
much higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. So, Jaws found a Lingering Souls. That is 2 blockers. If I'm in Jaws' boat right now, I am playing for the draw right now, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be hard for Alex Gorman to win the game in time.
I think he's got it. I think he'll be able to get there.
Well, he's got 2 blockers.
Well, no, because what he does is he Liliana minus to find an actual threat. And then use that to win the game.
Looks like that's what happened here.
Yeah.
So, looks like he mills 2.
Is that
Giraffe's
turn?
Messenger.
So this would be turn 0?
And he gets back a Fulminator Mage.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have...
I would have gone for Messenger there.
Yeah, I would have gotten for a Messenger as well. What did he draw? Bitter Blossom. Okay.
That's not a fast clock.
No, it's not. He needs to win in 3 turns. I don't think he can.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay.
Save for like a Phyrexian Obliterator off the top right now, he's not killing him in time.
And of course, this is all if Joss doesn't draw anything.
Yeah.
So this would be turn
So-
0, 1, 2.
So this is turn 1, I believe.
Well, didn't the turns happen on Alex's turn?
I think it went to turns on Jaws' turn.
Sure.
Just barely by a second.
Whatever works. Either way, it'll take more than turns
Okay,
for
so
Alex
yeah,
to win.
this is turn 3 now on Jaws' turn. So that last turn was turn 2.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think we're getting a draw here, unless Jaws might be a good guy and concede here, because
He knows he's
let's
losing.
be honest, he's not winning this game. But we'll see. That's entirely up to Jaws. So Jaws is a savage. His name is Jaws. All right. So seems unlikely in the concede vote.
Oh man.
Oh, what's the memorable quote I'm thinking of from Jaws?
I haven't actually seen Jaws.
You've never seen Jaws? Oh, gosh. What's the one I'm thinking
I'm a
of?
savage as well.
He's gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, that's it.
He's gonna need a bigger playmat.
Alex is gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't see a way that Alex wins this game.
I don't
on
believe
his
it.
next turn. Maybe he draws in
Running Gary's.
Well, no, because he had one turn.
Yeah,
This
I
is-
know.
It would be 4. Does Gary win him the game? Let's
1,
see,
2, 3, 4,
7.
5, 6, 7 currently.
It gets close.
It gets him to 2 with
Yeah.
the Bitter Blossom attack.
No, because he killed the Bitter Blossom token, it looks like. Yeah.
I think there's one right there. That magic face down magic card next to Liliana. I believe it's a Bitter Blossom token. So
Yeah, I'm just...
looks like
No, because he just replaced it. It
Oh, okay.
died,
Okay,
it got
yeah,
like
gotcha.
pushed or
Oh, so
something.
it's
and
his
then-
turn again.
Yeah, it's his turn again.
So we saw another minus here from Liliana Last Hope, and it looks like it's not going to be in time. I think the only way that he could have won this game was running Gary's.
If he
at
had,
this point.
Yeah, probably. If
So.
he had gotten a Jarl's Messenger with that Liliana minus.
I don't think it would have gotten there.
It wouldn't have mattered, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It was basically Gary or bust at this point. So
Alright, well, they...
looks like that's going to be the end of Alex's chance to win the game. Jaws draws a card.
valiantly...
15 him. Hasn't even looked at it yet, I don't think.
No, he did. He glanced at it.
Alright. So,
Why?
searching... Looks like it's probably a Snapcaster Mage searching for a way to win. But,
Get there. Oh, I just have a 15 damage instant in my yard.
Yeah. Snapcaster Mage, Flashback Serum Vision. Playing it out.
Sure.
Playing it out. Just looking for every last inch of value. There's a Liliana on the Last Hope there. That's pretty good.
That is quite good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good card.
It's
like
would be good 5
That
minutes ago.
is the end of that. And looks like we're going to have a draw unless either of them wish to concede.
Doesn't
the
look
game.
like it.
But
Looks like
looks
they're
like they're both
actually
going to 4 points, taking the draw.
Cool.
Which is, not that bad for them. It's only this is only round 2. So, 1-0-1 is a totally fine record to have right now.
Yep.
I would be taking the draw if I were at either of these players.
So that's the end of our round 2. We'll be going into a round 3 momentarily, figuring out who we're going to get on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Yep.
just reanimated Nibbles a bunch. He's gonna cast the parents. Oh, he didn't go down.
Okay,
We stopped casting it to the.
How's it going on your end?
Yeah.
Anything that we should change or do more of or less of or something?
I think that round started without the commentators introducing themselves, so I just make sure to do that again. You did? Okay, cool. I don't know.
Well,
I'll try and watch it in the nail time so that I have critique, but yeah. I'm pressing a lot of buttons.
Beautiful. You're pressing so many buttons. Buttons are afraid of you.
You get the.
Oh yeah, they should be on their way. Yeah, Pete, you got it. Oh wait, where's Min?
I don't know.
More like
Around, hopefully.
maybe. You can go find Min.
Oh, that sword was so sweet. Sorry.
I think it's fun doing commentary.
It is.
I know a lot of the old cards, but don't know a lot of the newer cards. Well, even the version of the old cards.
It's pretty hard to recognize the art, but you have to play a lot of Magic. Right, anyway.
I do.
Yeah.
But I still don't.
Yeah, sorry. Alright, we got a pass, so I'll let you go. Thanks,
Fan club.
Huh?
We have a fan club.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're talented as attractive as we are, it just comes with the business.
Can you give us like 30 seconds? Thank you. I just want to like finish eating this cookie, and I don't want to be like
Yeah, I could stand
eating on camera.
I could stand
Or
to
not
have a
camera,
drink. Yeah, on mic.
but a drink, huh?
Indeed.
I'd go for a drink. Couple brewskis. Oh, I'm good.
Sure.
I think we have the same thing actually.
Okay.
Off-brand Dr. Pepper.
Hell yeah, dude. You know, it tastes better off-brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put more love into it.
You can taste the discount. you can taste the overseas Indonesian labor that goes into it.
Shit. All right, I think we're ready.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Hello and welcome back to round 3 of the Paradise Games Modern Tournament tonight, Thursday night. I am Alex, back from round 2. Joining me is Patrick.
Yeah, back from round 1 from Friday. You guys know me. You love me.
Yeah. So, what did you bring for us today, Patrick?
On your words are hard. On the left-hand side of your screen, that's what I was looking for.
Yes,
We're gonna have Min. He's gonna be on humans. I think.
He is definitely on humans. I know because this is my deck, actually.
Okay.
I loaned it to him for the night because he came in and he was like, give me any deck because I didn't bring mine. So I was like, well,
usually
I'm casting.
plays Affinity.
He does. So humans, it's. So I know a lot about this humans deck. I'm a big fan. It's my deck, obviously. I've been playing it a lot. It's a big reason of why I love Modern so much right now, and that's because I love this humans deck.
Okay.
I think it's an absolute blast to play. I think it's super interactive and fun. You know, the deck gives you really fast free wins sometimes, which is, you know, kind of just a staple for Modern decks these days. But, you know, those fast wins are really good, and the games that are close or where you're losing are super, super fun. So I know a lot about this humans deck, so I'm looking forward to being able to cast Min playing my exact list and see what I think about it.
Okay, and on the right-hand side of your screen, we're gonna have Pete Irving. Pete is gonna be on Sultai Death Shadow.
Sultai Shadow. So, what do you think about Sultai Shadow versus the traditional Grixis Shadow?
I haven't played much of either of these decks, although the Sultai deck definitely. I'm a fan of like anything that gets to play Abrupt Decay and Counter Magic.
Yeah, sure.
So I already like this deck.
All
and
right.
I know Pete has definitely got his own little twist on it. There's a couple things in here that are not the norm.
So, it looks like for Min, we have a 1-lander. No, that's a 2-lander. That's an unclaimed territory. And a... So, I mean, Min's hand just looks great. He's got an unclaimed territory into a Noble Hierarch, into some 3-drops, which is, like, just basically the best place this deck can be. So he's got one of Kessig Malcontents in the deck. He's got Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, which sounds like it's going to be really good against the Sultai Shadow deck. Kessig Malcontents, which against the Death Shadow decks is really good at, they like to get themselves to a low life total. These matchups are really, really interesting, actually, against the Death Shadow decks. One of the big players in the Grixis Shadow match is the presence of Temur Battle Rage, and you often have to find yourself naming Temur Battle Rage with your Meddling Mages because you don't want to just die.
Yeah.
When you're attacking for 4 in the air with a Mantis Rider or whatnot, getting them down to low life totals, planning on blocking, you don't just want to die to a Battle Rage, but that card being gone seems like it's probably going to be better for the Humans deck, in this matchup at least, than the Grixis variant would be.
Right. On that note, I was actually just talking to Pete before we had the players sit down.
Yeah.
Pete has a blue replacement for Temur Battle Rage.
Really? What's that?
It is I don't know what the creature is called. It's a 1 mana. It's a blue, a 1/1. It has Soul Bond, and Soul Bond says both creatures have flying.
Okay.
So it gives his death. It just makes a flyer Death Shadow.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that card is called either.
Wingcrafter is the card.
Okay, so Cavern of Souls off the top from Min. Cavern of Souls in the Noble Hierarch. I dislike that he played the Cavern of Souls there as opposed to the Unclaimed Territory that Pete knew about. It seems like it should be the same thing, at least for a turn, at least make Pete unaware of at least a little information there. I mean, it's a small thing, but, you gain a percentage point or two. So Meddling Mage off the top. Meddling Mage is big game for this Humans deck. It's definitely the most skill testing card in the deck, and it's really, really interesting to see what people take, what people name with the Meddling Mages. So I expect to see Thalia here. I think it'll be better than Meddling Mage. But it looks like Min goes with the Meddling Mage.
Yeah.
Debating what to name.
Gonna name Fatal Push.
So it looks like he's waiting for it to resolve first before he names anything. Looks like he kind of set it down and then propped it up with the dice. I don't know what's up with that. So it looks like Min's gonna want to name Fatal Push. I like that name. It looks like Min might have gotten a little hasty with what he said. With basically what he looks like Min got a little hasty. Looks like he just threw it out, said Fatal Push, but Pete wasn't done letting that card resolve, so he goes ahead. Fatal Push is the Noble Hierarch. I don't know whether Min still named Fatal Push. I think I would have named something else at that point if I were Min, having seen one copy of the Fatal Push. I don't know if I'm Min. I'm putting him on a Shadow deck at this point. I've seen Thoughtseize, Fatal Push,
and a Watery Grave untapped. Yeah.
Watery Grave. I'm putting him on Shadow. I would consider naming Shadow. You've got the Reflector Mage in your hand for the Gurmag Angler or the Tassiger, which is really good for
Pete too. So
Dismember would be the other thing I was naming if you're really adamant on naming a removal spell. So Fatal Push hits the Noble Hierarch. Min gets in for 2. I think Min's going to be playing the Noble Hierarch this turn, so I really dislike playing that main 2. It would have just an extra point of damage.
Yeah.
If you play that pre-combat. And I also dislike the order that Min played these 2 cards in. I would have liked to have seen the Thalia first. It's small, but
being able to take off, take the edge, every little bit counts.
Yeah, absolutely. So it sounds like I'm like ragging on Min a lot this game. I'm really not. Min has played fine this game, but it's these
there's
these
things
creature
that you pick
decks
up when
where
it's a deck very well.
I've been playing this deck around for since its inception, basically. So around 3 or so months. I've been playing it rather competitively, traveling to a lot of 1Ks. I've top 8'd 2 1Ks with this deck near the area recently. So I know it really well. I feel really comfortable with it, and it's just small things that stand out to me, and they're just little percentage points.
Right.
But when you're trying to play these decks, especially with Min's hand right now, Min's hand kind of pilots itself at this point. So those small percentage points are really important for you to try to scrounge up.
Grimflayer for Pete.
Grimflayer is big in this matchup, I think. So that seems like a good addition in this matchup for
it looks like
for
Pete does have Delirium
versus the Grixis
4/4.
Yep, that's a big guy.
Yeah.
So I expect to see a Reflector Mage and just snap that back into Pete's hand. At this point, Reflector Mage, attack for 3, untap, and play Kessig Malcontents is lethal. So I think that should be the game plan.
I'm not actually
from Min.
familiar with Keswick Malcontents. Can
Yeah,
you
so
tell me about
Keswick
that card?
Malcontents is 2 and a red for a 3/1. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage to target opponent equal to the number of humans you control.
Okay, look at that right there.
And it's a newer addition to the humans deck, but it's a really important one. It's very much been a like the humans deck ends up falling short of just the last couple points of damage a lot of the time in the games it loses. I'm playing 1 Keswick Malcontents. I've seen a lot of deck lists even going up to 2, which is. I have yet to try, but I totally see why. Basically every time you draw it, it's great. And, you board it out against, like, the control decks, the Jund decks, where you don't expect to be having that many humans. But,
excuse me.
I like it in... I like it in these matchups. It's great in the mirror. It's great in the affinity matchup. It's basically great in any creature matchup or any type of race. Another Reflector Mage off the top here from Min. That's a good draw. He's not going to play it this turn. He'll probably just get the Vial out there and then say go. But, next turn when I expect Pete to go ahead and replay the Grimflayer, that's going to be not only bounce that back to his hand, it's going to be another lethal attacker after that. So
yeah. Turns out Reflector Mage it's a good card. It's too good for standard. Got the hand.
I would even consider playing it right now, just as another lethal attacker, but knowing that there's a Grimflayer in his hand, it essentially does the same thing, because you play the 1, it's going to go ahead and bounce with the Reflector Mage, so you might as well get the additional value there and run out of Vial. Plains off the top there for Min. It's the only basic land this deck runs, is Plains.
Okay.
So Reflector Mage that, and we'll see if... Yep, so Min here makes a decently heads-up attack. Attacks with the Noble Hierarch for the 1 point as opposed to the Reflector Mage. So a lot of times that's a pretty good attack if you're trying to protect like Athalia or something on board. But I think Min might have got a little hasty with it in the fact that...
Pete plays...
Yeah, it can be blocked by a Snapcaster Mage.
Pete plays the Street Wraith.
Yeah. So that's a 3/4.
Yeah, that's a 3/4. That most of your stuff pretty good.
Yeah, that's a 4/4, and at this point, Min's gonna have trouble finding something that actually works. So Phantasmal Image can copy a Street Wraith and get Swamp Walk. That gets through. Min's still got that Plains in his hand. He's thinking about where he wants to go with his Vial.
What did he draw?
He drew an Ancient Ziggurat.
It's not what he was looking for.
Yeah, it's not great. Let's see. If I'm Min, I would have went ahead and played the Plains, I think. In case you end up running Horizon Canopies, you want to have the access to the mana. I mean, you do have an Aether Vial, but you can only have that on 3. So if you draw a Horizon Canopy into a 2-drop, you're gonna have trouble playing that. So he draws a Champion of the Parish here. So
that's a...
Might as well play that Plains now. No, still don't. Okay. You're not getting any points there, man. You play that Plains, man. Yeah.
Looks like Pete kept the card that one right there he just attacked with right on top of his library.
Grimflayer.
That's
Grimflayer. So bottom's a.
That's the one.
Yeah, bottom's a. It looks like he graveyards a Stubborn Denial. That card is so bad in this matchup.
Yeah.
It hits exactly Aether Vial, and I don't think he. Oh, Mantis Rider's huge. Mantis Rider is a lethal attacker here. Ooh, let's see if Pete has the answer. No, he does not, and he scoops it up. So Min finds the Mantis Rider that he was looking for off the top of the deck, gets in there, and looks like we're going to game 2.
Yeah, any deck that can play Mantis Rider, I'm a big fan of. That was one of my favorite cards back in Cotton Standard. I never played Jeskai.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely. Mantis Rider is probably the best card in this deck. Having played it a lot, it's really, really good. The nut draw out of this deck is turn 1 Noble Hierarch, turn 2 Mantis Rider for you. Okay. It's like absolutely insane. Alright, so out of the sideboard, for Min, we've got 2 Staticaster, 2 Sin Collector, 2 Dismember, 2 Vithian Renegades, 2 Xanthid Necromancer, 1 Mirren Crusader, 1 Anafenza, 1 Cabal Council of Allocation, 1 Kataki War's Wage, and 1 Auriok Champion. So, out of Min's board, the Xanthid Necromancer is good. The Mirren Crusader is a slam dunk.
Oh yeah.
It's just actually unbeatable, I think.
Yeah.
Inoffense of the Foremost seems decent. It's good against the Scavenging Oozes. I expect to be in Pete Irving's deck, at least probably 1 or 2. Let's see. I would take the Kumbal, Console of Allocation as well. It's going to be really good early and late into the game when Pete's hitting himself for a lot of life. Just draining him anytime he wants to play Serum Visions.
Yeah,
is
being
big
able
game.
to tax, basically all of his spells.
Yep, absolutely. I would play the Zathlar Necromancers as well. It's just protection against a likely removal heavy deck.
Right.
Pete Irving, on the other hand, we've got a Collective Brutality, a Liliana the Last Hope, an Abrupt Decay, a Fatal Push, a Scavenging Ooze, a Minister of Pain, a Thrun the Last Troll, a Stubborn Denial, 3 Surgical Extractions, 1 Reclamation Sage, 2 Ceremonious Rejections, and 1 Jace Vryn's Prodigy. What do you like?
I think the Liliana will be coming in. I think probably Abrupt Decay, Collective Brutality.
Absolutely. The Fatal Push.
Yeah, Fatal Push.
All the removal you can get.
Yeah.
Thrun the Last Troll. I'm in on a Thrun the Last Troll. That's just unbeatable on the ground, and most of humans is on the ground. It is a 4/4, so it does get outsized kind of quickly, actually, but I think I still want it. Because, you got to get the Stubborn Denials out of your deck, so you have to make at least 3 spots there with the Brutality, Liliana, and the Abrupt Decay, and the Fatal Push, so I think I would like to see a Scavenging Ooze and a Thrun probably in there as well, and the Rex Sage probably seems good as well.
Yeah.
It's Aether Vial, so there's that.
How many lands do the humans decks play usually?
20.
Okay,
Yeah, this list plays 20.
Yeah, so being able to Rex Sage their Aether Vial it's not a terrible plan when sometimes they can get choked for mana.
Absolutely, and 4 of those lands are Horizon Canopies, so
yeah,
it's pretty good. It's turning off their, especially on the play. If you turn off their Vial in a land light hand, or it just slows them down a lot. Vial is kind of a card that humans uses to just really overwhelm you. When you're playing Thalia and Champion of the Parish and, another thing all in the same turn. When you go turn 1 Vial, turn 2 Thalia's Lieutenant, trigger on the stack of Vial, and a Champion of the Parish, get both counters, which is a sweet trick you can do with the deck.
Okay.
The Vial just lets you play really fast because most of the time you're playing a 1-drop anyway, and the Vial just makes up for that at the price of usually about 1 damage. So it's totally worth it. Alright, so let's see.
A couple of Reflector Mages in hand for Min, it looks like.
I don't think this is a hand yet. I think they're still sideboarding. I didn't quite see what Min did.
That looks like a 7 for Pete.
Yeah. So Min just looked at his sideboard there. So
I was like, this hand's great. He's got like 2 Reflector Mages, but...
Yeah, so did Min board out his Reflector Mages? I would be stunned if Min boarded out his Reflector Mages in this matchup. They're excellent. Reflector Maging, Gurmag Anglers, and Tassigurs is a big part of why this matchup is considered good for humans. That's more universally parallel to the Grixis version that is more popular. I'm not sure how the changes port over to the Sultai version, but I think looking at the Grim Flayers, that seems like a good addition. Abrupt Decay is good, although admittedly worse than the Grixis removal usually. Lightning Bolt's usually better.
Yeah.
So I'm really not sure if the Sultai version is better than Grixis.
The Sultai version does have access to creature tutors in the form of Traverse the Ulvenwald.
That's really good.
Yeah, Pete gets Delirium usually pretty quickly. We saw last game he had it by turn 3 or something. So
this hand looks great from Min. It's got a turn 1 Noble Hierarch, lands to play it. I saw a Meddling Mage in there. Sin Collector looks like it came out of the board, as well as Auriok Champion. So perhaps a little bit overboarded. It looks like Min mulliganed to 6 and then drew 7 cards. So Pete's just gonna get to Thoughtseize him for free here at the start of the game.
That's
that hurts.
Yeah.
So let's see. What do we take if you're Pete here? So it looks like Min's options there are either take a mulligan to 5 or get Thoughtseized,
and it's
but
not just
Thoughtseize can take a land as well. So it's not just Thoughtseize, it's...
I was going to ask is if it can take any card or just...
or take any card out of his hand. So obviously, Pete Irving just takes the counter of Solos there, and Min's hand's awful. So Go to 5, Min. What are you doing? There you go. All right.
Don't do it twice. Come
Just go
on,
to
Min.
5.
Don't do it, Min.
Yeah,
He's
so
making
sort of-
he said these two.
It doesn't
Right
matter.
there.
You know, your deck is randomized, so it doesn't really matter. So, looks like Min's gonna try and look at a 5.
Okay, he's got
That's a
territory.
good 5. Yep. It's got a Mantis Rider, Kessing Malcontents on top, Horizon Canopy. I believe there's a Zapthroid Necromancer or a Kitesail Freebooter. I can't see, but it is a black card.
Breeding Pool, go on Pete's side. Looks like Pete's got a Grimflayer, Island. I can't quite see the rest of his hand. Thought Scour,
Snapcaster Mage in
Snapcaster
there.
Mage.
Yeah. So, Pete's hand looks great.
Yeah.
Basically, it's gonna be hard for Min to steal this one on a mold 5.
I think we're going to be seeing turn 2 Grimflayer here for Pete.
Yeah, that's gonna be really hard to beat. You know, Min does have a Reflector Mage, but without the early clock to
Especially when you get to play that Reflector, or you get to play that Grimflayer, excuse me, and then most likely you get to attack, you get to
so
pretty much,
looks
if
like-
Pete gets lucky with the top 3 cards of his deck, he can just turn on his Delirium
Absolutely.
next
So
turn.
it looks like what happened is Pete did slam that Grimflayer, and then Min just went ahead and snapped off a Dismember on it. And then Min finds a Noble Hierarch off the top, which is great. He can't cast... no, he can cast the Mantis Rider in his hand. So
Yeah, 'cause you got
that's going to be
white,
good for him. I
blue,
think there's a
and-
Thalia Heretic Cathar, a Reflector Mage, and a Mantis Rider in his hand right now.
Min rips the unclaimed territory right off the top of his
So-
library.
If I'm Min, I think I'm playing the Mantis Rider or the Thalia here. I think I like the Thalia more than the Mantis Rider, but it's close. So it's basically whichever one you want to get hit with the removal spell first. You know, you see 2 removal spells from their side. I think when the Sultai deck is already on 3 lands with the Shadow deck, I think for the most part the Thalia's kind of missed its window, which is why I think I would have taken them out on the draw. It's usually too slow on the draw. On the play, it's back-breaking off of like a Noble Hierarch, and that's a reason why I'm one of the few people who's still playing 2 of them in my main deck. A lot of people have gone away from them, but I really like Thalia. It's back-breaking in all of the fair matchups with creature-based decks, which is a lot of what I play against up here. There's not so much combo, so...
Yeah. And, okay, Pete's going to be checking
Giving that one a read.
what that card does. That's
Yeah,
gonna be...
you definitely want to fetch in response to that. Looks like that's exactly what Pete does. So that your shock doesn't come in tapped for sure if you want it to be untapped. But it looks like he gets a tapped shock anyway, so not too many points gained there.
Okay.
So I believe there's still a Snapcaster Mage in Pete's hand. So
I think we know he has the Thought Scour as well.
Yeah, I
Nice.
expect to see Snapcaster Abrupt Decay here. From Pete, that seems like a real good play. He also, if he has Delirium on, he can just attack straight into that Thalia with his Grimflayer as a 4/4 against a 3/2, which it looks like he does have.
Another
Min
Dismember.
fires off a number, the second Dismember. So there's only 2 of them in the deck. There's 2 in the board, so Min is now out of removal at this point.
Well, he may have brought them in. This is game 2.
Yeah, he did bring them in. So
Okay.
there's 2 and they're in the board. There's none in the main deck, so...
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Math is hard.
in for 4, and Pete just takes it. Just takes the 4.
There's not a whole lot you can do at this point if you're. I think
he
cards
still
in
has a
hand is
Snapcaster.
Island, and can't quite see what the other card in his hand is.
Yeah, so there's the Snapcaster. And the Abrupt Decay. So yeah, looks like he took the 4 just to see if there would be a follow-up play from Min. So he took 4 damage just to gain information, which, you know, when you're at 16 life, you can afford to do.
Yeah, especially when you're on a deck like Shadow where, you know, you want your life total to be pretty low.
Yeah, absolutely. So he goes to 10 off of a shock, hits Min down to 9, and they're both down to, looks like they're each down to 1 or 2 cards in hand. Pete has 1 more land, 1 more card, but that card's an island. Can you see what he drew there?
No.
Oh, it was a Misty. He has an island in his hand still.
Min is going to be at 0 cards in the hand. Let's see
Yeah,
what he
but
rips.
the top of his deck is going to be, on average, worse than Pete's. But that's the best one.
That's a good one.
Oh, that one's good. Yeah, and that Thalia is not in play anymore. Attack for 4, and this is a 2-turn clock from here. Can't quite see what that top card is. But looks like it's nothing he's interested in playing right now. I mean, remembering this 8th Vile trigger just in time. I think that's a Phantasmal Image. Attack for 4. Going down to
1 life on Pete's side of the table here.
That's real low. It's a
be
Champion of the Parish. That is a lethal attacker.
Jace Vryn's Prodigy
And
some lands.
he just draws lands. So Min, 2 games in a row, cleans it up with the Mantis Rider off the top. And
That's
looks like he jumps out to a sweet 3-0 so far at the Paradise Modern. So good job, Min. So as far as Pete Irving's concerned, how do you feel this this Sultai deck shapes up against its Grixis counterpart? It had a rougher performance here, but just in general, what do you think the strengths are of playing this deck as opposed to playing the Grixis version?
Like I was talking about earlier, you do get to play creature. You get to play more, I guess, of a creature toolbox. Pete was telling me earlier, because of the Traverse the Ulvenwald, he's basically playing 5 of his blue Kemur Battle Rage, because you're playing 2 in the deck. You get to tutor them out.
3 Traverse,
Yeah, or maybe it's 1 and 4 Traverse. I don't know, but
yeah, probably 1 in 4 Traverse. So
you get to go and if you need a shadow, just go get it. If you need a snap, you can get whatever you need.
Yeah, you can find what you need.
You have to play a little more. I guess I don't want to say toolboxy, because that's really not what this deck is looking to do. But it helps in board stalls.
Well, Traverse the Ulvenwald is just an innately very powerful card.
Yeah.
It finds shadows when you're at low life, finds snapcasters when you're in for grinding, and it can find win conditions when you need them. It can even find like a Street Wraith, when you just
want to draw
you just need to draw a removal spell,
Yeah.
It can find that. So, it seems like I like the adaptation. I think the Sultai version is pretty sweet. I think my final verdict is it's probably better than the Grixis variant in the humans matchup, almost entirely because of Grimflare being a great card.
Yeah, Grimflare is just a great card.
Yeah. 4/4s are really big, so it's hard to attack through a 4/4 on the ground.
Oh yeah, especially when it's a 2-mana 4/4.
Yeah, 2 mana. For as much as I say that Reflector Mage is a 3-mana 2/3 with a Time Walk on it, it's still hard to beat a 2-mana 4/4.
Yeah.
that card is huge.
That feeds the rest of what you're
not to
trying
mention
to do.
1-mana 5/5s, which I'm sure Pete also is playing.
Oh yeah.
So it's hard to attack through that on the ground, but at the end of the day, 5-color humans, arguably best creature, cleans up. So good job to Min with that. And it looks like that we're going to have a little bit of time. So why don't we talk a little bit about Paradise Games tournament structure and our schedule.
So Monday is going to be Legacy. Tuesdays is going to be special. It's to be determined at this point.
Yep. Wednesday we're going to have Pauper. So yesterday we had Pauper. Adam and my friend Noble cast that. So if you're in Bellingham, you're looking for a place to play Pauper, make sure you come out to that, because we'd love to see more Pauper players. Thursday, that's today, we've got Modern. So if you're at home wishing that you could be playing these sweet Modern decks, you should come on over. I'm sure we have a lot of people here with extra decks as well. Min's playing one of my decks.
Yeah, I've got an extra deck in my deck. It's not the most fun deck, but it's a deck.
Yeah, I own 3 or 4 Modern decks myself. Yeah. So if you're sitting at home wishing you could play Modern with us, and you want to come play, shoot Paradise Games a message, and I'm sure that we can find you a deck to play on Thursdays. Friday we got Standard.
Same thing for Standard and Pauper. Most people have extra decks. Wednesday, Ryan Roberts, you saw him in the booth for a little bit of a talk on Friday. He's got 5 Pauper decks. He's got 5 Tier 1 decks. He was willing to lend out. Anybody wanted to play?
Wow.
There you go.
That's great. I might if I'm free from work, I'm gonna come play Pauper, because I've actually never played Pauper.
The deck the format just looks so fun. Right. So many different things you can do. I want to be in on
Absolutely. And then Friday we've got Standard.
Yeah.
We have Standard decks for people as well. So if you're at home and you want to play Standard,
6 Standard decks in my backpack.
6 Standard decks. That's a lot of Standard decks. Do you want to go grab Adam? I can finish this up. So Saturday we have board games. It's totally free. So we just have people come in, play board games all day. It's totally free to come. So if you have a few extra minutes, just be sure to stop by and play some board games. We've got a bunch of people that like to come in and play board games. They have a really good time, so be sure to do that. Sunday is Fantasy Flight Night. We have a X-Wing, Star Wars X-Wing, so if you are a Star Wars X-Wing player, be sure to come and check that out. I personally don't know much about it, but if I'm free on a Sunday, I might do my best to do that. We need Adam real quick first. And then, so X-Wing will be streamed on Sundays. So, if you think we're talking about Avian on Saturday. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Avian. So, and also this Saturday, or real quick to finish up on the Star Wars X-Wing. I'm getting off track. There's a lot going on in the booth right now.
Sorry about that.
We'll be streaming Star Wars X-Wing on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. So if you're into that, be sure to check it out, because I'm sure we'll have great casters, like we always do, to check that out. And without further ado, me and Adam just jumped into the booth.
I came back.
We're going to talk about a special event that's going to be happening this Saturday. I've been having that problem tonight, man. It's usually not like me. All I do is talk. That's all I'm good at. So.
On Sunday.
Saturday. This Saturday, we're going to have a special event that we're both really excited to bring to you guys. So, Adam, why don't you talk to us a little bit about the board game that we have in part helped to make?
Yeah. So there's this game called Ivian.
Yeah.
It is a tile-based card game that a lot of Magic players have ended up liking.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. I've been working on it, designing. I've been part of the development team for about a year now, and it's been a bunch of time before that. And I'm really happy to be part of that group of people. Either way, the game is. It plays like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something, where you have a hand and you build a deck, have a hand, play cards, that kind of thing.
Yep.
But it takes place on a 4x4 grid, and you have a character that moves around on that grid, and all of your cards are actions that your character takes. And so, they might be, instead of summoning a monster to go fight for you, you play the Warrior's Strike, and your guy, hits your opponent. And so that, along with a couple other little, mechanics, make it so that it really feels like you are a part of the action. You are in the game, in the world, playing these cards.
And this game actually got Kickstarter funded.
Yep.
About
8 months ago.
8 months ago, something like that. Raised over $21,000 on Kickstarter. So we've been going out to conventions all around the Seattle area, and we've been getting people really seem to enjoy it. So the game is, fully manufactured. It is actually coming out. You can buy the game yourself at this point, so the game is...
I mean, we'll be getting... You can buy it online.
We'll be shipping soon.
We'll be shipping soon.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting it... We're going to be getting boxes in our hands in less than a month, which is really exciting.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
Having, seen this game, go from, stage, early on stages in development, gone through a lot of different changes that we've gone through, playtesting it, to come to the point where it is. And, this game is very much designed so that, people playing Magic like it. I've yet to meet Magic players that don't like it. It's different from Magic enough that it feels interesting and new, but, it's got a lot of the same roots that Magic players are comfortable with.
Interestingly enough, it was originally designed, all the core systems of the game and all the important stuff was designed by someone who didn't play Magic at the time at all.
Yeah.
And so the resource system, the control system, and the way that the board works are all actually unique. Even though it's a card game, it's gonna have some elements of Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, because that's how card games work.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's gone to a point where the reason that I jumped on and started working on development was because I love playing the game, and I've been playing Magic for 12 years now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a hardcore Magic player, and I prefer playing Evian over Magic at this point. It just feels better, and every time you're playing Evian for a while and then you go back and play Magic, it's
you don't get screwed by not drawing lands in Evian. So that feels really good to not have to worry about having to hit your land drops and all that, and having a lot of non-games. There's almost no non-games in Evian.
Yes,
which is something that I like a lot about it.
So we've got a website, ivianccg.com, IVIONCCG, and on that website you can see a lot more information about the rules of the game. We have a ton of great art. That kind of thing.
The game has phenomenal art.
Yes,
it's one of like the biggest strengths of the game. Just looking at it out of a box, before you dive into the really depth just gameplay mechanics.
Yes,
it immediately just draws you in with the incredible artists that we got to do all of the art.
Yep,
and we also have a quick video, right?
Yes, 4 minutes on how to play.
Yeah.
As well as a couple more videos on just us playing it and talking about it.
Yep.
That kind of thing. So if you're interested in checking it out a little bit more, you should definitely come to Paradise Games this Saturday at 4 o'clock.
Yep. We're also going to be teaching new players how to play.
Oh yeah, that's
as well as running a tournament.
Maybe,
right?
Probably.
It
depends on what people we get. If we have a bunch of new players, we probably don't want to be in a competitive tournament. But I know for a fact we're going to have at least 9 players who have played for months and really itching to
bust it out and compete in some games. So,
and because of that, we're going to be no matter what we're doing, we're going to be streaming it here.
Absolutely.
And so it'll be on the this Twitch stream.
Yep. So it looks like Doff, the owner, and his son will be playing. Yeah. So if you want to come in and tell people, the owner of Paradise Games,
one of them.
Yep. We'll be playing. So if you want to come in and tell them how much you love the stream and that's why you're here, that would be much appreciated. It helps us out.
Yeah.
So
let's get some hype around Evian so that the game stores around here buy our game. It'll be great.
No, it's the game's pretty sweet. So really, if you're free at all anytime Saturday, I'd say anytime between 4 and 8:30 or 9.
Depends on how long it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, but 4 to at least 7, probably later.
Yep.
Be sure to check that out. The stream's also going to be uploaded to YouTube at youtube.com/
whatever the YouTube channel is.
It's Games of Paradise, I believe.
I think so as well. Yeah. And either way, it'll be in So the YouTube.
Oh, it is Paradise Games. All right.
Yeah. Paradise Games.
It is Paradise Games. So it's looks good. So I think it's going to do really well. I'm really excited to see the first real Evian tournament and the real first more local Evian things go on. Having been a part of the development team, it's going to be really exciting to see people get their hands on the game and see how they like to take it for a spin.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So that being said, let's talk a little bit more about Paradise Games in general.
Sure.
We have a couple of sweet promotions here at Paradise Games. We have the cool Play Every Day promotion. So that means that anytime you are in town, anytime you're nearby, you come in, you get to roll 2 d20s. Once per day, once per customer, no purchase required. You come in, it's totally free, you roll your 2 d20, you get a 40, boom, you get free stuff. It's just that easy. You get $4 of free stuff, or you can get $8 off a $20 purchase, and it's nice. Paradise Games is right here on a main road, so you're going to the store, you're going to the mall, you're going to be right close by anyway. You might as well swing by, roll your 2 d20s, see if you get something free.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's definitely a thing that I'm going to be coming in here. I actually should head over and do that.
Have you not done that yet?
I haven't done it tonight.
You got to do it. Yeah,
I did it last time.
Yeah, so I've rolled my dice every time I've come in. I've yet to win because I suck at rolling. I rolled a 2,
it's a skill
but you don't
thing.
win anything for 2s.
That's a shame. There should be a thing for 2. Maybe they take $4 from you.
the EV just tanked so hard. That would be so bad. No, it's strict upside. So you might as well come in and roll some dice.
Yeah.
Second promotion is anytime you are making a purchase of $25 or more, you get to roll, guess what? A Paradise. So you get to roll Paradise, you get that percentage back in store credit as a rebate. Yeah. So whatever percentage you roll on your 2 dice, you're going to get money back just right then, store credit back to help go towards your next thing. And the dice that you get to roll goes up with the purchase value. Yep.
So if you're buying a $25 thing, you roll what
2d4s. Yep. 2d4s,
and it goes all the way up to 2d20. So imagine
at $150.
Imagine buying $150 worth of stuff.
It's about an average of $30 back.
Yep.
So
and then
and if you're rolling well, you're getting $60 back. That's
crazy.
That's a lot of money.
That's great.
It looks like they had someone roll a 33 on a purchase of $406.
Oh,
that is some sick value that they got back. And then I believe that happened on Friday. They immediately cashed it in for a foil time stop and some Modern Masters packs, of which they opened in the same pack a foil Cavern of Skulls, and a foil Scalding Tarn.
That's what that was. I saw that on stream, and people were
everybody's going crazy.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that was
yeah.
That was crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. Unfortunately, or actually, I don't know. I don't think it's the same thing. But there's also a singles library that is available. A singles inventory online at ParadiseGames.com. I don't think that works with the whole D20s thing. It might. We'll figure that out in a second.
Yeah.
But,
So I believe that the Paradise is in store only. So
okay.
But you can place your order online and then come in and pick it up in store. And then you can get that sweet bonus.
Great, awesome. So you can do all the things at once.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
So that's
fantastic.
That's pretty great. So I mean, those are pretty sweet promotions. That's some serious value on higher end purchases. Jason Line Sculptor just got unbanned in Modern. Those are like $100 cards. So
150, I think.
I don't think they're that much. I think they're about 100, but.
I'll take one for 100.
Maybe we have an Italian Jason Line Sculptor at 150. So.
Okay, close enough.
So, but yeah, I think we have if you're looking to pick up your set of Jason Mind Sculptors to play Sweet Modern like we saw Jaws earlier.
Yep. I actually am trying to build a deck similar to his.
So so you should pick up your Jason Mind Sculptors here because you get sweet value back.
Yes.
You buy one Jason Mind Sculptor, you're probably about a third of the way to your next one. If you're buying two.
That's a really good point.
It's like if you want to pick up a playset, you're saving quite a bit of money. So
buy two get one free is very solid.
Really good. Yeah. When you're getting,
3150 on average.
Yeah. So 21% of 150 is 3150 on average. So if you're spending $150, which is the bare minimum you can be spending to get the 2D20, you're getting an average of $31.50 back. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's very good.
That's a fifth of your money back.
21% off is more than you're getting
really
for
good
most sales.
Yeah, I mean that is actually very good.
Yeah.
So
and you can obviously win way more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the higher you're rolling, the more you're spending, the more you're getting back. So 40% back on any purchase over $150 is obviously insane value.
Yeah, that's great.
Just absolutely crazy type of money. You at that rate you can buy
a game of Vivian.
A game of Vivian easily.
Then you get your box of
Vivian's only how much is Vivian marketing as?
Vivian is $60, and that is the box with all of the cards in it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing we didn't talk about with Vivian is that it's not a trading card game. You just buy the box and you have all the cards.
Yes,
which is nice.
In deck building, there's 3 of every card as a maximum playset, and so the box comes with 3 of every card in the game.
Yeah, so we should have some copies of Vivian in this store when we get it shipped to us. I'm sure that we will in April. I'm absolutely sure that Paradise Games will have some on their shelf in April. You can also order them online. So
on our online store, maybe even on Paradise Games store. I don't know. We haven't figured that out.
Yeah, we haven't set that up, but if we find a way to do that, I'm sure that they'd be happy to
figure it out
to get that up.
Yeah.
So because we're happy to be running these sweet tournaments here at this pretty sweet store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
How was that last round, by the way?
It was sweet. I watched Min play my Humans deck.
Nice.
Your Humans deck. He got there in 2 games with a little bit of friendly Mantis Riders on the top of his library helping him out.
That does help. That really does help.
Yeah, both games he got his opponent to quite a low life total, but then it looks like his opponent on Sultai Death Shadow had stabilized, and then Min rips him hot. He knows how to play that deck. He knows when to find the Mantis Rider right off the top.
Turns out drawing Mantis Riders helps.
is the key to winning with Humans. That's what I've found, at least through my 4 months of playing it.
Excellent.
Is that in order to be good at Humans, you need to be drawing Mantis Rider. So, and the earlier the better usually, but as long as it's in time, it's fine.
The deck's good otherwise, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. The deck is good minus Mantis Rider, but I'm pretty sure Mantis Rider is the best card. So
awesome. That's great. I used to play Mantis Rider in Standard. Actually, my favorite Standard deck I've ever played had Mantis Rider in it. So
yeah. That's the general consensus. Everybody loves Mantis Rider.
Excellent.
That's what Patrick said too. He was like, "Man, I was so in on Mantis Rider and Standard." I was like, "Yo, me too."
It's so good.
Absolutely great.
Yeah, it's no Lightning Angel. That would be sweet.
It's no Lightning Angel.
Man, would you play Lightning Angel if it were a human?
Yes.
As your Mantis Riders number 5 through 8.
I think I would play 1.
Yeah?
I think so.
But it would be more than 0.
I think it would be more than 0.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's all I care about.
I think I would play 1.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think I would play 1, probably over the Kessig Malcontents.
Yeah.
Because they tend to have similar effects. Kessig Malcontents comes in like 5s people a lot, but Mantis Rider 5 is like really disgusting.
It is,
So,
especially when you go Malcontent and then Image of the Malcontent for lots and lots and lots.
yeah,
of damage.
that's one of my favorite plays. I was actually playing against Min. Min's basically known as the affinity guy around Bellingham. So it's kind of nice to see him on a less degenerate deck, less complete scumbag of the Earth deck. I'm just kidding. My deck's sweet is all. So and it's a bad matchup, so I have to hate him for it. But yeah, I was playing against him, and I actually had him at 15, attacked with a Thalia Heretic Cathar when I had 2 Noble Hierarchs on the board, hit him down to 10, and then I just played Activate Vial, put in a Kessig Malcontents, 5U, tap 2 mana for a Phantasmal Image to copy the Malcontents to just 6 him right there. Wow. And that was 11.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was on turn 4, so just 11'd him.
Man, I
so
love
and then that game was done. So
I'm glad I was able to find my 1 copy of Kessig Malcontents in my box of random red cards.
yeah, that was a good find.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So
We'll be going into round 3 here at
round 4.
Round 4.
Yeah.
That's how the numbers work. Yeah.
Round 4.
In just a moment. Give me just a second. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, absolutely.
On my backpack.
I can hold down the fort. So yeah, round 4 looks like we're going into tonight. So we've got a 4-round prize structure tonight. So people are going to be playing 4 rounds. We'll see if we get anybody that's 3-0 trying to play for the big money and go for the sweet 4-0 finish tonight. So
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm just
3-0 usually does draw, but maybe we'll see some spicy 3-0 players trying to go for glory with the sick 4-0 finish.
Gotta go rescue my Tanamo deck.
You had to go save the bad EDH jank.
Oh, well, you say bad. I say bounce all your lands and keep all my lands.
I say bad.
Yeah, probably bad.
Yeah, probably bad.
Anyway, we'll be back in just a couple minutes with round 4 after we figure out who's going to be on camera.
Absolutely, and I'll see you guys later.
See you in a sec. God damn, you can talk.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah, and Rob, I didn't like the feel of the Esper deck.
Oh, it looks so sweet though.
Oh no, the Soren was the best part of the deck.
The Soren was incredible.
Everything else just felt I should have played my Temporal Mastery version.
Okay. How do I pronounce your name?
Jaws Deep. Jaws is
Jaws.
fine.
Okay, Jaws. I think I've been calling you Jaws.
Jaws is fine. Like the
Jaws. Okay. Cool. All right.
Alright, give me some tips real quick, because this is like kind of weird.
Once the game starts, it's really easy. The hardest part is finding things to talk about when the game isn't happening.
Oh yeah.
So usually just like, I don't know, I tend to tell stories.
Alright.
Or like, yeah, it's pretty easy to just talk to somebody through dead air about not like the game, just about stuff. So like, basically, if you find yourself with nothing to say, you can always comment on how you expect the next games to go, or how you expect things to happen in the future as opposed to what happened in the past, yada yada yada.
Cool.
Those are my tips. Alright.
Cool.
I'm gonna take a drink and then I'm ready.
Sweet, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Alright, ready when you are. Alrighty. Welcome back to round 4 of the Paradise Games Thursday Night Modern. Looks like we have 2 players at 2-1 here. Jaws, I'm here. I'm Alex. I am joined by...
Jaws here. I actually on feature match earlier, but I really didn't like my deck, so I decided to drop and commentate.
We cast your match. I personally did. You had a sweet match against the mostly mono black.
Yeah,
deck.
that deck is pretty good.
Ended up going to a draw. So.
Oh, I lost that. I should have. I don't know. Well, I was gonna lose that game for another.
You're definitely losing that game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super losing.
100%. But yeah.
So it looks like we have blue-white Tron versus 4-color Shadowless.
I would say a better name for it is 4-color Emrakul the Promised End.
So it's like 4-color Traverse, but.
So you play all the card types, you like play a decent fair game of Magic, but then you can traverse for Emrakul the Promised Land at any point and win.
Okay, so it's like standard, but...
Yeah, it's pretty good deck because it has fast draws, your Tarmogoyfs for 8/9s and stuff, so it's not bad.
Tron, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tron seems like a bad matchup.
It could be good.
On paper, at least.
If they stumble and you're able to play an Emrakul, you do actually go bigger than them, because Emrakul...
That's fair, Emrakul is huge.
Yeah.
Alright, so here we have double Condescend, Path to Exile, and another Tower, and a Plains here from Evan. So,
also
not a very good hand.
Not a good hand. Also to know, Evan did play an Expedition map, though, so it's not bad.
So we can find... That Expedition map might have to find a blue-white land, not a Tron land.
Yeah, actually it does,
double Condescend in his hand, and he can't play anything.
Is that a... That's not... It's Thirst for Knowledge.
Are those Thirst for Knowledges?
Yeah.
Okay. Still, he still might have to find a blue land.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was no blue mana in that hand.
Yeah, no blue.
Oh, but he did
but now he finds the second Tron land.
But
so
I think
now
I'm
tempted
I think you
find
still
the
get
third
a
Tron
blue land, because even if you get Tron assembled, you're not doing anything. So you might have to get a blue land still.
You aren't doing anything, but that is really tempting to try and find the Nat Tron there.
He's definitely going for the blue land.
Yeah, absolutely. Plains just screams going for the blue.
I like this play because if you go for Tron, you're at the mercy of the top of your deck.
Absolutely, I agree. So. I think I'd rather be in my own fate, and with double Thirst for Knowledge, you should be able to find the pieces to assemble
Tron. You just gotta hope Soren doesn't have a really fast start, and it doesn't look like he will unless he has a good 2-drop here.
Yeah, it looks like he went turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 fetch a Stomping Ground. That looks like a sweet Stomping Ground altar.
No, oh yeah, Soren loves his altars. You'll notice that about a lot of his cards, actually.
That's really pretty. It looks good. All right, let's see what we got.
He has a grapple with the past. And he's got a Street Wraith. That's also nice.
Is that a Street Wraith?
Yeah, it's an altered Street Wraith.
Oh, okay. We're gonna be testing my casting knowledge today. Let's see. I know I watch and play too much Magic, but we're gonna see if it's really true today. So, all right. Looks like he draws an Urborg off of the Street Wraith. Now he's got to think about what to do here.
Looks like he doesn't have a turn 2 creature play. Otherwise, I feel like this turn would be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is really good for Evan then, as he'll have enough time.
Yeah, the grapple with the past seems like a good play to me.
Oh, it's a traverse.
Just go ahead and traverse. Does he have Delirium, or is he just going for a basic?
I think he has Delirium, right?
Looks like he definitely has Delirium as he finds a Dark Confidant. So he searches out a Bob.
Cool thing is that Bob can kill him because he does play one Emrakul the Promised End.
Just the 13-point fire. You know, we were actually, funnily enough, with your match, I was talking about how at one point there was an Emrakul the Promised End in your deck, so we were joking about the miscellaneous 13-point fireball out of nowhere that's coming at him with the Sorin, but
that's why the Sorin was in there originally. We can talk about my deck a little later when there's downtime, but this game's actually pretty exciting and just picking up. So, but I would love to talk about my Emrakul the Promised End
but anyway,
shenanigans.
The 13-point fireball, this game looks like it's going to be going at Sorin undoubtedly. Evan does expedition map out the island that we were talking about. Do you like finding island there? I believe he could have found like Hallowed Fountain. I know he plays.
I don't know what the mana requirements for some of the blue-white Tron cards are, but if you don't need double white, might as well save yourself 2 points of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. So looks like Sorin goes ahead and flips a Temple Garden off of the Dark Confidant. Draws an Inquisition of
That's
Kozilek.
solid, actually.
Yeah, that seems good. I mean, you know that you have targets there in Evan's hand, because you saw it earlier. You haven't seen either of the Thirst for Knowledges yet. Looks like he's going to lead on that off of an Urborg. So we'll see if Evan maybe... if I'm Evan, I just let him take one of them. I don't really want to show him. You don't want to search.
You're going to give him options if you do cast one.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
just let him not have options.
Right now his option is just a Thirst for Knowledge there, and I'm not sure what that top card
what is that?
Do you know what that is?
Is that a trading post? It looks like a trading post to me.
It could be a trading post, yeah. That looks right to me.
Oh, yep,
it is a trading post, yeah. So
that's pretty sweet.
That seems sweet. Yeah, I'm in on a trading post. You know what's really sweet when you take control of someone's turn? Trading post. With Emrakul.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Combos with Spine of Ishsa. Yeah. You know, with mono blue Tron, you gotta look for your win cons. You know, the most infamous one is definitely the Mindslayer Academy runes lock.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that one's really sweet. We saw Evan on camera earlier this tournament, and he actually assembled that combo as his opponent had the Kiki Resto on board.
Really?
But he never got to attack because every turn Evan just Mindslayered him. So he had the infinite Restoration Angels on board, and he had to scoop up his cards. That's one of the only times I think I've ever seen that. So where you have Kiki and Resto on the same board, and you
don't win.
You scoop them up. Yep. Is that a Tarfire?
That is a tribal, man.
Yeah, that's a tribal card.
I would have liked to see some Bitter Blossoms personally.
Yeah.
That tribal enchantment, that's like the hardest 2-card types to get.
Yeah, that would have been a good one, but let's see.
Hard to get in the graveyard though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tarfire, very easy, straightforward.
Looks like we see another Traverse here from Sorin.
Or is that a grapple? No, it's Traverse.
Fine. It's definitely a Traverse.
Yeah.
If it was a grapple, he'd just be Melon. Grim Flare looks like he outjogged there.
What's he gonna go for? I don't know what utility
like
creatures. Okay, so he's just trying to kill his opponent.
Yeah, I like that against Tron, particularly Tron with a slow start. You know, he went one Tron land into 2 basics. You know that he just has another copy. At least Sorin knows that he only has one copy of that same Tron land in his hand. So. You should expect to be safe for a good while longer. And Evan's going to give that one a read. And yes, it does everything you think it does. Yes, it's insane.
2 mana 4/4.
2 mana 4/4s are pretty good.
That lets you ponder when it hits, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
You don't get a draw the card, but
it's still good. I'll take it.
Good.
Yep, I'll take it. And it has trample. Like, card kills people.
I'd much rather go to Tarmogoyf though. That Tarmogoyf's got to be a 6/7 already. And that'd probably kill Evan in about 2 hits.
Okay, so looks like we saw a Thirst for Knowledge here.
You get another Thirst.
Let's see what we see in Evan's hand. There's a Path to Exile.
That's a good draw.
That's a good one, yeah.
Really good.
Looks like he's thinking about discarding that trading post, so he only has to discard the 1 card.
Oh yeah, definitely seems like the right play.
Ooh, looks like he's thinking about bidding 2 lands.
Interesting.
I think that was Island.
It's not bad either.
Yeah, that seems fine to me. Here we see a blue-white duel off the top.
Prairie Stream.
I believe that's a Prairie Stream.
And I think he does have 2 basics in play already, so
so it will.
But
so
might as well
but
play the Tron
you play
land.
the Tron land, open up the top of your deck to make something happen.
Oh yeah.
And he just says go, holding up the Path to Exile, as opposed to playing the Trig Roots. What do you think about that?
I like it. Though it's not mana efficient, I think you just need to survive.
I agree, yeah.
So.
Your hand isn't really doing much right now. You kind of need to find not only another Tron land to have mana to be casting your big threats, but also the threats themselves. So, you have to be hoping to find at least 2 more draw steps, at least.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Do you pass the
Yeah.
Grimflare or the
Dark Confidant?
Dark
I
Confidant's
don't
drawn
know.
3 cards. I think it's lands each time. So.
Yeah, but... So, they're incredibly scary together, first off. So, and this is a grapple, looks like.
Yeah, grapple probably gonna grab.
So we'll see what he gets back.
Can grapple get back lands? Because Raging Ravine's an interesting
It absolutely can. So we'll see what he wants to get with that.
I think he grabbed a Grim Flare. But...
I would have grabbed the Grim Flare if I were him as well. Seeing the second Grim Flare, I'm pathing the Dark Confidant there.
I don't think there's any. Yeah, you think so? That makes sense.
It's the combination of Grim Flare and Dark Confidant is so incredible.
Oh, that's true.
That I just don't want to see both of those on the same board ever. I think.
Yeah. What's better though? It's a combination of Jace the Mind Sculptor and
Sorin Grim Nemesis. If you guys are wondering what match we're referring to, go check out the Games of Paradise YouTube channel where you can watch Jaws' match from earlier. He played round 2. So you can go watch him.
Just watch the first game. Don't watch the second and the third game.
The second game was unbelievably entertaining. It was just we were talking about how Jaws had all the answers and then just got wrecked. To the things he didn't have answers
did he
for.
just draw a
Ooh, he totally just drew Natron.
He just Natroned it.
Oh yeah, trading post off the mine and the power plant. Did he tap the mine?
So now I'm gonna need all the abilities. So you can discard a card to gain 4 life, right?
Yeah, you can discard. I believe you can bin a land to draw a card, something like that.
Yeah, and then you can pay 1 life to make it go.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it up because Trading Post has a lot of abilities, and I've never played with the card. But I expect to see some type of activation here of it doing something.
I have played it a little bit in Shattergrain Brothers EDH, but that's about it.
Okay, so in Shattergrain Brothers EDH, it seems excellent.
It's kind of good.
I have never played a Trading Post before, so...
It's the original Planeswalker, man.
It's true. It's very good. I thought that was Deathrite Shaman, but, yeah.
Oh, no, Deathrite Shaman's like the 1-mana Planeswalker?
Yeah, the 1-mana Planeswalker.
Yeah,
that one's pretty good. So, looks like Evan just gets hit for the 6 here. So, Sorin gets a Grimflare activation, gets to set up his library for his Dark Confidant for next turn. There's a Tarmogoyf in hand for Sorin. I'm just playing the Tarmogoyf. He's got double.
He does have double
Tarfire.
So
I mean, this looks like lethal next turn.
Lethal next turn. But Evan's probably got a few outs. He's probably playing like
he's got double. Yeah, he's got double land in hand right now.
That is a problem, though. Yeah.
I believe Trading Post can do something about that, but
Trading Post can gain 8 life throughout the next 2 turns, though. So
yeah,
that's
quite a bit. Yeah.
It's counting Delirium there. Sorin is. So
yeah, I believe that is 6 total card types.
So he's 1 card type and 1 land away from playing Emrakul.
Yeah. So. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I think he has the Tarfire in hand.
He has the Tarfire, so
it's going to go to 7. He just needs to
he can't
land,
do that.
Right?
Alright, so it looks like...
Yeah, no, Emrakul's live at this point.
He sacrifices the Trading Post to put a land onto the battlefield.
Also, yeah, just to note, the Goyf is a 6/7.
Yeah, sacrifices it to draw a card. So... And I think he found an Expedition map and just more lands, and
yeah,
that's all for Evan. He's dead on board.
Yeah, that's a nice part about this 4-color deck is Grimflare is always a 4/4, and Tarmogoyf's always a 6/7.
Yeah,
so
that's
you kill quickly.
Your 2-mana threats are huge.
Oh yeah, Dark Confidant drew like 4 or 5 cards that game.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel like it actually dealt 0 damage. I didn't see.
I think it hit him with an Inquisition.
Oh. Sure.
Or something irrelevant like that. Whatever. Alright, out of the sideboard, Evan has 1 Ghost Quarter, 2 Gideon Ally of Zendikar, 1 Gideon of the Trials, 2 Bottle Gnomes, 1 Solemnity, 2 Dispel, 2 Relic of Progenitus, 2 Negate, and 2 Spell Queller. What do you like?
I like them 2 Relics, and I like 2 Spell Quellers. Mainly because Sorin's deck doesn't play a Lightning Bolt, I believe. It plays Seal of Fire and it plays Starfire, and those only deal 2 damage.
Yeah, those are shocks, not bolts.
Yeah, but I don't know if Evan knows that, so if he doesn't know that, he probably wouldn't bring in the Spell Quellers.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely buying the Relic of Progenitus here. Do
Oh,
you like the
Union of
negates?
the Trials is also not bad.
Yeah, what do you think about the negates?
No, I don't like negate because you want to be able to top deck well against a deck with discard, and negate
Sure.
it's a horrible top deck generally.
Yeah, alright, makes sense to me. On the other side of the table, we got Soren Loman. He's got 2 Collective Brutalities, 2 Ancient Grudges, 2 Anger of the Gods, 1 Reclamation Sage, 1 Chameleon Colossus, 1 Obstinate Baloth, 1 Thrun the Last Troll, 1 Scavenging Ooze, 1 Nissa Vital Force, 2 Nihil Spellbomb, and a Choke. What do you like?
I don't. There's nothing. I think the Ancient Grudges will be good.
Yeah,
And
probably. He saw Trading Post, but
yeah, but
Ancient Grudge isn't even really good against Trading Post.
that's
so
true.
like,
Maybe I don't really see any standouts.
I think I would play the Reclamation
The Rec
Sage
Sage, okay.
as a hedge between Ancient Grudge and wanting to kill your opponent.
I could. Yeah.
It's a disruptive, quote unquote threat. There are artifacts out of the blue-white deck, but it is going to be good.
Yeah, and you can also traverse for the one.
Yeah, the
Rec
one Rec
Sage,
Sage, so
so-
if it's good, it's going to be good.
Yep.
I
So-
kind of like the Nissa Vital Force.
It could be good.
It makes a 5/5 hasting attacker. I think I'm kind of in the market for that.
Fair.
There's probably bad cards in Soren's deck, so if you're looking to take bad cards out, like, for example, those Tarfires that looked atrocious in
Oh,
Game
they're
1,
horrible, but
and the Seal of
it's-
Fire, I think I'm...
but the problem with those
bringing
cards
in-
is they make your Emrakul a lot weaker.
They absolutely do.
So you gotta figure out where you want to strike that balance there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I would be happy to trim one for Anissa.
Also, how much does this blue-white Tron deck use its graveyard?
So it
Because
likes
that's the combo.
Yeah.
But
So
I don't think it uses it outside.
outside of the Mindslaver Academy Ruins combo that it usually uses to win the game, it doesn't use it much. So
maybe the Scavenger uses a one-up to traverse for if the game gets to that point.
sure,
That's
yeah,
how I see.
that seems very reasonable. I kind of like the Ancient Grudges because there actually usually are Platinum Empyreans in these blue-white Tron decks, or in these. So they were in the mono blue Tron decks mostly lately, but with this kind of evolution of the deck, I expect that they have come with it.
Sure.
So I think maybe I would like to be able to have an out to that because I expect Soren's deck doesn't have one outside of that.
I'm trying to think. No, you can always Emrakul them and have it attack into the Emrakul.
Sure, yeah, but
Emrakul solves everything. Just
yeah,
FYI,
that is
but...
that's true. It does answer everything, but outside of the Emrakul,
Yeah.
which is pretty tough to get to against.
Emrakul seems like this might be one of the better matchups for it, just because the
Oh,
blue-white
absolutely,
Tron
yeah.
deck is really slow.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
You're gonna
You
get
can
to the
get there,
opponent,
yeah.
and
It's just whether you get there before they get there.
true. Though I like it because these like the Platinum Empyrean and all this stuff, they don't kill you, so you're gonna get to it. It's just the
Platinum Empyrean kills you.
I guess
That is an 8/8.
Yeah, you can chump it a few times. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true. Yeah,
So-
but you can get there almost certainly. So looks like Evan's going down to 6. Soren kept his 7. Let's see.
Oh yeah, the Goif's also gonna be.
Is that a Cyclonic Rift?
Oh, Cyc Rift's a pretty sweet card.
That seems sweet. There's a Disdainful Stroke.
Also, yeah, one other thing to note, the Goif in this deck is able to get to an 8/9, so it's not unlikely for Goif to be able to
just block that.
No, I played Sword in the 3rd round, and his Goif was on like turn 3 a 7/8, and I was like, okay.
And we're done here.
Yeah.
Yep. That's pretty sweet. So, looks like Evan leads off with a tapped Prairie Stream. Soren goes ahead, bobbles. Didn't see whose library he looked at, but...
I would imagine he looked at Evans.
I would imagine he looked at his own, because he has a fetch land.
Yeah, he has a fetch land, so...
Yeah, that would make the most sense to me, at least. Looks like he's going to elect to not fetch. Oh, he is going to fetch, so he doesn't want to draw his top card. He's going to go down to 19, probably 17. So
I'd imagine 17.
Yeah, I think you want to play a card
Also,
here.
he only plays 2 basics as well in the deck. The Blue-White Tron plays Paths and Ghost Quarters.
Yeah, so...
It feels right to shock.
So, yeah, I agree. I'm with you here.
That was... it's Evan's upkeep.
It's Evan's upkeep. Looks like he decided to fetch with the bobble trigger on the stack, or maybe he already drew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we messed that one up for sure. We missed that a bit, but...
Yeah. So it looks like the trigger is on the stack. So he doesn't want to draw that card. Not sure what we're going to see. It looks like just a tapped Overground Tomb. So.
Okay.
And then now Soren's going to get to draw a card with his bobble, and we'll see what he gets.
Yep.
And then I wonder, let's see, next turn he's probably going to bobble himself again, as he has another fetch land in his hand there with a Bloodstained Mire, so
yeah.
It seems good. Expedition Map looks like it is coming down for Evan. It's a little slow, though. I expect that he top-decked that, otherwise I would have expected to see the...
This is where the Ancient Grudge would be great.
Absolutely. Looks like Evan looks at his top card with that bauble.
You mean Soren right there?
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
I meant Soren.
I think that's
looks
a
like he wants it.
repeal, actually, in Evanston. That's what that card is, I think.
Yeah, that is a repeal.
Okay.
That absolutely is a repeal. Let's see. So I believe that's another Prairie Stream there from Evan.
Things are looking good for Evan. Soren hasn't got any...
Yeah, tap land turn 1, tap land turn 2.
Yeah.
Upkeep drew a card. Let's see. Has Evan... looks like Soren might have missed the draw trigger on upkeep, but Evan was a nice guy and let him draw the card anyway.
That trigger is so hard to remember.
Yeah.
It's like...
So... it looks like he announced it, but Evan just kind of skipped through it, so...
Oh, yeah.
No big deal
Either
there.
way, I'm pretty sure Evan would have been a nice guy and let him draw it.
Yeah. So, another... I mean, just about... These players are just trading tap lands here, and I can't help but to think that favors Evan.
Oh, 100% it favors Evan.
Yeah, I mean, neither player's played really anything. I mean, Soren's played some baubles, but, whatever, that's...
Yeah, that's
not... That's so Moby,
Oh, yeah.
against this deck that's just not doing anything. Here we see the first real play, I bet, though, in a Liliana the Last Hope. I think I'd play that here.
I think I would
Assuming
too.
he doesn't have anything
there's
better.
a Veil.
There's a Veil. That one seems better.
I would play the Veil.
Yeah. Veil seems better.
But do you want to play around Condescend? But there's no way you can play around that card, right? It's gonna get one. So yeah, you can play around Condescend by playing
the Last Hope.
But I think if I'm Evan, since he has the repeal, you just care about the ultimate on that card.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you could just let that resolve and repeal it when
you repeal it. 4 turns from now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, Soren's just trying to get. Oh, he hit a Goyfin Grimflare.
Wow. So yeah, Soren decides to high roll with his Lily. Decides that card's not really going to be getting to ultimate anytime. So.
I think ultimate's just too slow as well, so yeah.
Yep, it definitely is too slow. Also, I agree with him here. This is not really a game where the Liliana Ultimate is going to be how you're going to win, because by the time you're killing someone with a Liliana Ultimate, I expect you're going to be Mindslaver locked. So.
Oh yeah. Cool thing is, you still get all the zombies every turn, which is sweet. You just don't want to do anything.
You just don't get to do anything with them. When infinite Restoration Angels isn't going to get there, pseudo-infinite zombies won't either. So. Evan does have half of that combo in his hand. He does have the Academy Ruins at least already.
Yeah.
So
it's not it's a possibility, but he still got to get Tron online.
So he fetched out his second Tron piece here. So I expect to see that as a land for turn. And now he's just got a bunch of, looks like blue cards and an Academy Ruin. I can't quite see the card he drew for turn.
Not able to see that either.
Yeah. But he does have that Disdainful Stroke, so.
Oh, he has a stroke? Interesting.
He does have a stroke.
I don't know if that's good here, just because I don't know how many cards Soren plays above 4. I think he's just
4.
Just the one Emrakul.
It's a little...
But maybe that's good enough. Like, I don't know how else he answers Emrakul.
Yeah, it's a little bit of protection, so... and maybe he's expecting something out of the board.
Sure.
So.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we have access to their sideboards and they don't.
Yeah,
so it makes it a lot easier for us to tell it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, let's see what Soren's got.
Is that Thrun?
Like that's 4 mana for a Thrun?
Yeah, that's what
it sure is.
That makes the Disdainful Stroke look real silly.
Yeah. Well, that's hard to beat. I mean,
yeah,
looks like Evan's taking 4 for the rest of the game.
Oh yeah,
I think. Yeah. That's you're not beating that. Evan's gonna go ahead and Thirst for Knowledge at EOT. It looks like.
Well, he does have what's that card? All His Dust. All His Dust can save him here. But
yeah,
I think that's all his drawing.
I assume he's definitely playing All His Dust.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually not sure that he plays it. I have yet to see it.
Okay.
So.
I actually don't know if these blue-white decks do play it.
It's mostly an Eldrazi-Tron thing.
I just feel like all of them should play it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, he probably plays Ugin, though.
Okay.
He's got to play Ugin.
He's got to play Ugin. Yeah, he's got to play Ugin.
That's even better, actually.
Yeah, Ugin is gross, yeah. So, that looks like Tron, and he just says go. So, he's got Tron, but nothing to do with it.
Yeah, interesting. Or, yep, that's Tron. That one always confuses me, because it looks like
it's got, repeal for 1 billion, but, repeal for 1 billion isn't very good against this Thron.
No, it's not.
It's just, and Soren says, well, okay, you got Tron, but you're not doing anything for you. Go.
Finally, this is the first points that Evan has taken, though, so...
Yeah, this Tarmogoyf is big, though.
Yeah, this Tarmogoyf's 5, 6, at least 6, 7?
I don't actually think it's that big. I see Artifact, Land, Creature in Soren's graveyard. I'm not sure that there's anything else.
Oh yeah, actually, because I don't think he hasn't grappled this game. That was from the previous game.
he hasn't. He hasn't played any Inquisitions at all.
Oh, instant in Evan's graveyard for the thirst.
To make it. Yep,
thirst. So it should be a 5/6.
There's that. So here we see. I'm not sure what this card is.
I don't know what that card is.
Yeah.
Is that a counterspell?
It's a spell burst. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I am so in on that. Oh, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yup. I am in on Evan's game plan here. We're gonna sit here and spell burst everything.
Yeah, that's gonna probably lock Soren from playing spells.
Well, it looks like he got his first 2 mana spell countered there with Tarmogoyf, so he looks like he'll probably be able to sneak a 3 mana spell in here.
Yep.
And he does in Liliana, so I expect Evan to just go ahead and pitch a land here.
He's got a Condescend.
Oh my. Oh, Condescend that, Scry 2. Oh, this is... If I'm Evan, I'm feeling great right now.
I am, but I'm also worried about the Thrun. But once the Thrun's been dealt with, or you go over the top of the Thrun, this game is probably
done, yeah. Still got that spell burst in hand, so he's just totally protected at this point. He can just go ahead and play that Tron piece in his hand and just have basically the mana to counter everything.
You can counter 2 spells a turn.
Yeah, easily with that spell burst. And, if one gets through the cracks, you can always just repeal it.
Yeah. So Evan's in a good spot, except for the Thrun here.
Yep. I think if I'm Evan, I'm pretty close to cycling this repeal end of turn though.
That's a fair point.
Just on anything.
Sure. On the last hope, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
I like
fine.
that play.
I think I want to be finding things. So did bring in that Nissa Vital Force.
That's a good call by you. Right there.
It's gonna be pretty sweet when he repeals the Nissa Vital Force. That's a time walk, but I mean,
or just counter it.
Soren just can't play it though, so like.
He might just. No, he can't Lingering Souls either, really.
Yeah, I mean, Lingering Souls is fine. It has to get countered twice.
True, but Evan's ready to do that at no cost.
Yeah, but Evan can just do it for free. I'm pretty sure. I haven't actually counted his mana. I'm sure Soren is doing that right now.
Yeah.
But that has to be more than, it costs, X and blue, buy back 3.
Yeah.
So it costs 4 plus.
Well, I do like this leading on the traverse.
I mean, you have to counter this here.
Well, he doesn't know he's playing Emrakul. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, this represents the best card in your deck.
But he can just. Evan's probably think to himself, I can just counter the thing he gets.
Sure, but countering the thing he gets costs so much mana.
That's true too.
I don't think I would let that happen if I'm Evan. I don't think you're really forced to let that happen at all. And Soren gets what he wants out of that as well.
So he gets to play the souls.
I think both players were okay with this exchange. I believe.
But I think the souls
Evan
just
has
counter too, because that's 7 mana right there.
Yeah, that's 7 mana, so you can exactly counter that one. Save yourself 2.
Does Soren have 2 extra mana floating after this?
So it looks like Soren paid blue and 4. Yeah, so Soren does still have 2 mana right now.
Oh yeah.
Or no, he has 1.
He only got 1, so
that's
maybe
really surprising to let that through. Maybe Evan's scared of another traverse.
That could be it. He could also be going for
and he can also just repeal one of the tokens. So
yeah, he's going for the
last.
Goes for
the last hope. That's sense. Totally fine. That's basically a time walk. You get to draw off that. I think that was a Condescend there off the top, but don't quote me on that.
Nothing to answer this Thrun right now.
Yeah, nothing to answer Thrun yet, and he's at 12.
Oh, is
it? It was a Mindslaver. That's the combo.
Yeah, I think that's the...
That's probably just game. As long as he has 10 mana, which he definitely does.
Oh, he does.
This should just be game. So we see the Academy Ruins, and there's the Mindslaver, and I think we're done here. That is a wrap, and yep, Soren picks him up.
Like that's a good draw right there.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yep. Evan only had 2 turns. He had 2 turns to find something or he's dead.
Yep, but he did it. He sure found it.
He got that Mindslaver. That's a good draw.
Yep. And now we're gonna see hopefully
Ishkana in the side.
Ishkana.
No, I think that's just his random cards he thinks about playing.
Okay, all right. I think we keep that one in the board for this match.
Yeah, I like Ishkana as much as the next guy, but
yeah. All right. So looking at the sideboard one more time. What do you think Soren's bringing in on the play?
I don't think you really change.
Do you think he wants the Ancient Grudges now after that last game? Did that make you think you want him, or
Ancient Grudges is a little better on the play because you can hit a map.
Hit the map on the play. I think I would bring in the Grudges on the
I'd
play.
rather just honestly be proactive as possible. And just,
I would too.
Just chill them.
But I think all you really need is 1 or 2 threats. So I think I wouldn't be too upset to be able to have a grudge on the play here.
Fair.
I think I'd be okay to bring in those NRX Sage and call it good.
I think
The
it's
Thrawn
like
and the
Sword
Nissa
bring
are-
in all his graveyard hate. Because possibly in his mind, it's like, if I don't get Mindslaver locked there, I win that game. So.
Yeah, I mean, and I think for what it's worth, he does. So, you know.
He may have already had brought it in, but this definitely that game was definitely another indicator that he might need to bring that stuff in.
Yeah, absolutely. So Evan here, he's on the draw.
Looking at that Sundering Titan, it might be too slow.
Yeah, I think Sundering Titan is probably not great.
It's fine. I'm pretty sure Sherm plays 4 different land types, so I can destroy up to 4 lands.
Yeah, which is good when you do it.
Yeah,
but it is pretty
it's
big.
a lot of mana.
Yeah, it's pretty mopey. Once again, it just costs a lot of mana to get it down. And
maybe I don't know. What does Bottle Gnomes do again?
I have no idea. I'm going to be brutally honest. I have never heard of that card in my life. But let's see if we can pull it up on Gatherer here. Bottle Gnomes is 3 mana, 1/3 sack it to gain 3.
So for like burn and
So against burn, that seems pretty. That's pretty
so
hot tech.
Yeah.
That looks like a Pauper All-Star right there. Ported straight, man. My man, you brought the wrong card. This is the wrong format. No. It's not legal in Paper Pauper. Oh, alright. Alright, I really know nothing about this card.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, so looks like we're going into game 3 here. Players are getting ready to draw their opening hands. Soren looks like he's a complete spike who's actually shuffling his opponent's deck.
Soren is a complete spike.
At a Thursday night Modern event.
100% complete spike.
Yeah, it's alright. I appreciate that, I like the competition.
I really don't, I just,
really?
I
You just want to get free wins?
No, I just want to play decks with
medium tier 2 Esper decks.
That's all I want to do. I just want to play my tier 2 modern decks and do okay.
and consistently 2-1.
Well, that was actually the version I played was the most reasonable version. I had versions with 4 Temporal Masteries, and those were actually doing better than the one I ended up playing.
Oh, no.
Because Temporal Mastery, man, with Jace is pretty sweet.
So looks like once again we see Evan keep a 7, or
go to
sorry,
6.
Soren keep a 7 and Evan go to 6.
Yeah.
I keep confusing the names. So do you think that's a big deal in this matchup, or do you think Evan can pretty easily recover?
Tron decks generally are fine with a mulligan.
Yeah.
But Blue-White Tron is probably more affected by mulligan.
It seems more combo-y
than
the normal Tron decks.
But I think he can go to 6 and
okay, so he's got that Sundering Titan and 1 land, I think? 1 land and a relic?
Echoing Truth? Is that an Echoing Truth? I can't.
It's 1 land and a relic.
I hope Evan just has a whole bunch of 1-ofs in his deck, because that's what it's starting to seem like.
Yeah, it looks like it a little bit. Looks like
pretty
Evan
cool, though.
keeps it. He's on the draw, bottoms a non-land presumably, and looks like he's just hoping to find a land.
That's fine. Are you really gonna go to 5 against the Thoughtseize deck and have a better shot at winning?
I'm not convinced. I don't think he really can, but he doesn't have a blue source. His 1 land is a Tron land, which
it's got the relic that cycles.
Is a blessing and a curse. Yeah, the relic cycles. So yeah, I think this is better than your average 5, but it's certainly not good.
Yeah. Faithless Looting.
Yeah, I see a Nihil Spellbomb in Sword's Hand there too.
So he's definitely gunning for the Mindslaver combo.
Yeah, absolutely. There's an Urborg in there. I believe that's a negate in Sword's Hand as well.
I don't think he plays blue, so I don't think that could be a negate.
Oh, okay, sure.
I think it's an Urborg, right?
There is an Urborg,
yeah.
As well as another card that I just can't quite, didn't quite get a good look at. Looked kind of like a negate. Ooh! And he finds Island. That's probably the best draw in Evan's deck.
Well, it's the best card in Magic, so...
Yeah, Island just turns his hand on, which is a big sigh of relief for Evan, as he sees that and knows that he actually gets to play Magic this game. So that's a big deal. So Evan goes ahead, eats one of the card types out of Soren's graveyard, draws another Tron land.
There we go. I'm in Evan's position.
Yeah, Evan is ripping him hot. All right, are you playing the Tron land here or the Island? Are you turning on the live, just rip double Tron?
Oh yeah, I would play the Tron land.
Yeah, well, if you play Tron, that means that you're good at drawing Tron lands off the top of your deck, and the ones you need too. So, if Evan's a true Tron player, I think you can jam that tower there.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I expect Evan to be drawing the mine here. I would be disappointed if he doesn't.
Yeah, this is if he doesn't draw, this is basically a test on his skill as a Tron player. If he gets a Tron land or
absolutely, yeah. So, in case you can't tell, neither of us play Tron.
I tried Tron once.
I can't draw Tron lands to save my life, so I just stay away from the deck.
I probably could draw Tron lands. I get pretty lucky.
You should probably play Tron.
But when I play Tron, I have more fun. Like I get so bored playing Tron, I start throwing the cards at people. Like I play a card and I try to throw it at the permanent I'm trying to exile when I play.
You try to turn it into a slaying mantis.
Yeah, it's just so boring otherwise.
Yeah.
But
oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. So it looks like we see flashback Faithless Looting out of Soren here. He, I don't think he's discarded yet.
No, he is not.
So he discards land. Is that a traverse?
It looks like a traverse.
Yeah, I think looking at that Relic Progenitus, he's
that relic shuts down.
Shutting down the traverse. Yeah. So another island. That's that's a pass from Soren from Evan. That's a good draw.
Yeah.
Another island is fine.
Oh yeah, fine. He wants to draw his land. He's got the Treasure Mage, I believe, in hand. So.
Yeah, I also saw a. What am I looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? I blanked. I totally blanked. I saw something in his hand, but I can't quite remember. Wow. A Thirst for Knowledge. Thirst for Knowledge is what it was. So he's got one of those in his hand.
He's gonna probably grabbing the Worm Coil. Because the Worm Coil is basically game over.
Yeah. That one deals with the Thrun.
Mm-hmm. It's just a better Thrun, right?
If
only you couldn't exile.
If only it also had Hexproof, can't be countered, 2-mana regenerate.
That was better, man. That was way better.
Yeah.
If Path to Exile didn't exist, that card would be everywhere.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So it looks like Soren's hand is aggressively bad, I think.
Oh, it's probably really bad.
I see a Tarfire and a bunch of lands, and that's kind of all I saw. I think there's a Liliana the Last Hope in there, too. That card seems bad.
That's really bad, yeah.
Especially against the Relic of Progenitus. Like, there's no creatures in graveyard right now, and,
It's gonna Tarfire it.
He's gonna have to hope to find some. So Evan will probably be nuking that Tarfire with the Relic activation here.
It's going. Oh, the cool thing is because he did tap out,
and he gets to land. He gets to land a Traverse here because there's no window there for Evan to mill that Tarfire. He doesn't get priority back between that resolving and Soren getting to cast a Traverse Stealing Vault. So he actually finds the window to be able to cast his Traverse with Delirium. So.
Well, yeah. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, right? Because he's tapped out, so he can't pop the Relic.
Yeah, but he could have exiled the Tarfire, right?
No, because Soren gets to choose the card he wants to exile from his graveyard.
Oh yeah,
so they
just
exile the
land. Yeah, of course.
He's going with the Dark Confidant, which is solid.
Yeah.
I personally would have just gone to Tarmogoyf and hope that got there. That's because I don't think Soren's gonna win this game in the long run, even if he's drawing 2 cards a turn.
Yeah, well, Tarmogoyf seems pretty bad against the onboard Relic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So that's why I'm not playing.
Yeah.
That's why I quit a while ago.
Yeah, that's why you went 1/1 drop. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. I'm also just blanking on how modern stable Relic of Progenitus works.
Right.
So I feel like kind of an idiot right now. So. Looks like he go ahead activates that Relic and
got another land. Evan didn't draw the Tron land, but he got another land, so it's not bad.
Yep. We're drawing lands, so
he's gonna get to cast the Worm Coil.
Yeah, he's got 4 right now, so he's a couple turns away from Worm Coil, and maybe that's another reason why Soren elected to go for the Dark Confidant. He knows he's not attacking through that Worm Coil engine.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, but I think if Evan has any kind of relevant hand, there's no way Soren wins. So.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, I just hope something's wrong with his
Something's
hand.
wrong. Yeah, and he's missing the lands or something.
Exactly.
So, I think Evan's turn, this turn is going to be a Thirst for Knowledge, see what he finds.
Yeah.
Soren is down to 9. Like, it's totally reasonable that this guy's Dark Confidant just kills him.
Oh yeah, there's a 13-mana card in his deck. So.
Yeah, that's actually, like, he can just die. He could have just died last flip. He can just die.
That's when you know you're a true Dark Confidant player, when you do that.
Yeah, I played it in Legacy with Force of Wills in my deck. So taking 5 was pretty sweet.
Taking 5 was pretty sweet.
Yeah, and Soren for 4 colors Shadowless is doing his best Shadow impression.
This is where he really wishes he had a Shadow for sure.
Yeah, Death Shadow would be phenomenal here. Yeah, Scavenging Ooze seems very good though. He gets to eat some. I guess there aren't even really that many creatures to eat.
He's just
with
gonna.
it.
Evan's gonna relic with that on the stack to
Yeah.
make sure there's nothing you can eat.
Yeah, so I mean, we got another 2/2 to hit him with. So.
Yeah. Eventually they'll get there, right?
No, and
Oh,
here
what
we
is
have
that?
an invocation something or other. I'm not sure which. Is that a
Choke.
choke?
Oh, it's a choke. That's kinda
Okay.
cool.
That's...
I don't. Oh, and Evan tapped his island too. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, no, he tapped it to condescend it.
Oh, is he condescending? Oh,
Yeah, I
good,
believe that's
good.
condescend because he it got countered and now he's scry 2.
All right, I thought it was thirst for knowledge because that looked like thirst for knowledge.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a condescend.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's much better for Evan than just tapping out response.
Yeah, I was like,
it should be pretty bad.
Yeah. That choke could have stole the game potentially.
Yeah. I mean, the Worm Coil engine probably still would have come down and got there. I think that's a spell caller.
Yeah, so Evan kind of got picked up on the fact that there's no lightning bolts. I think in Soren's deck.
He's kind of got it. Looks like Evans pretty much got this one on lock as far as I can see. Soren goes down to 5 off of that Dark Confidant flip there, and off the Nihil spell
Did
bomb.
you just flash in the spell queller? Probably not, but
I think you take at least to this hit. Maybe next turn.
Sure.
End of turn, I think maybe. But you also have the Thirst for Knowledge in your hand that you want to play.
Fair.
So I think that's a little bit better than Ambush Viper Plus. So.
Yeah.
Looks like a Liliana the Last Hope here from Soren. That is a threat that can win the game.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Spell queller. This one.
I'm not sure if you do.
Like Evans.
I think you do, but I'm not convinced that's better than just Thirst for Knowledging.
And guaranteeing your 6.
Yeah, guaranteeing your 6/6 sticks next turn seems really good. Or just finding Tron.
He just draws.
He's just.
That's why Evan plays Tron, you guys.
Yeah, I think that's another tower. So
you keep the 1 land hand and you don't miss a land drop for the rest of the game.
It's actually happened. Yeah, he's kept the 1 lander. And he's just finding him every turn.
Also, the spell color does actually kill Soren in 2 hits.
That's actually true. Yeah, he is likely going. He's at Sundering Titan.
Yeah, we're done here.
Yeah, we're done here. Good game, says Soren, and Evan walks away with the win.
Yeah, I'm sad we didn't get to see Emrakul in at least one of those games.
Yeah. I feel a little cheated, but that's all right. So after having watched this play out, we kind of both went into this thinking that that Soren was probably a favorite here.
Yeah, I really had no way. I've never seen this matchup.
After watching it, do you want to call that an outlier, or do you want to kind of
I'm not gonna call that an outlier.
about that statement a little bit?
I like Evan's spot in the matchup. Just because Soren plays a lot of these cantrippy cards, and when you're not putting pressure on Tron, they're gonna beat you.
Yep. That's kind of the nature of Tron. Yeah. Tron just looks good against these mid-range mirrors.
Soren's had the ability. Soren has the small edge over the other ones, as he does have Emrakul, which kind of gives.
Yeah, Emrakul is kind of sweet.
Yeah.
So
it gives him the ability to actually beat Tron going along. But that's only 1 card, sadly.
Yeah, so I think this was an interesting matchup. I'd never seen either of these decks actually play out. I mean, I've seen Mono Blue Tron, and obviously I've seen, just Delirium package decks go. Sure. But, these particular builds, I haven't actually seen a Blue-White Tron deck
I've never seen
in a long
Tron
time.
I haven't seen a Blue-White Tron deck in a long time.
Yeah. Do you like the addition of the white? The white.
So white gives
you half to exile. I think is the big one.
Yeah, and then spell color out of the board.
Yeah,
I think spell color out of the board is always good.
Yeah, the Gideons come in again in certain matchups. Certainly.
Yeah, the Gideons are interesting though because I think it's really hard for that deck to hit double white by the turns you can play Gideons, and like Gideon the Trials particularly gets a lot weaker as the game goes on. Like turn 3, Gideon the Trials is amazing, but after that, he's pretty He's
pretty weak. Yeah.
And his deck really can't play him on turn.
He's good against some combo decks.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe that's what he's there for.
Yeah, absolutely. He's only got the one of them, so. Either way, I think this was a pretty good night of Modern. So how did you enjoy playing here at Paradise? This is the first Modern tournament that they've run. How do you think it went?
It went pretty well. I think it went really smooth. Nothing major, nothing terrible happened.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people enjoyed themselves. Got to see a lot of cool decks.
Yeah, I had fun casting, so
I also had fun casting this round. It feels a lot better when you're watching the Tron player play than playing against them.
Yeah, that's true. You feel invested in their top decking success that they always have. it feels a little bit less cheap when you're sitting there like, come on, dodge one bullet, and they never miss.
The Greentron deck never misses because it's actually...
I promise you, if we went and told Soren that that was a one-lander from Evan, he'd be upset.
Oh, I'm going to tell Soren.
Yeah, we're going to tell him that was a one-lander, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So, I'm sure he'll be upset. He'll be like, yeah, Tron, as per usual.
But they do have that new card. I guess they spoiled Dominaria on accident.
Yeah.
So that
like
one
that
card...
dampening sphere.
Yeah, that card's pretty sweet because it kind of destroys Tron a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's, in case you guys didn't see it, it is a 2-mana artifact that says, lands that would tap for more than 1 mana instead produce colorless.
Just a single colorless.
Yep, single colorless, no matter what color it would produce or in what combination, it just produces a single colorless mana. And anytime anyone would play a spell that is not their first spell in a turn, they must play 1 additional mana for it for each spell they played before it that turn.
That card,
so it poses Storm and Tron at the same time.
Like, I think the second part of that, I don't think they need the second part of
that.
that.
I don't think so either,
Because, like, it has a lot of splash damage against a lot of decks.
Yeah, it seems like it's just going to be a modern all-star.
It's going to be a staple cyber. Cool thing is also it beats Amulet Bloom, and I know a lot of decks struggle with that.
Yeah, it's also...
It's a bounce tap for 2 minutes.
I think it's going to be a really good, like a really good hoser even in Legacy too.
Oh yeah.
You know, it shuts off decks like Eldrazi, Stompy. It's really good against Storm, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know, kind of sneaky good against Elves. It shuts off Cradle, and, you know, on the turns where they want to glimpse off and, you know, play 40 cards in a turn, it just shuts it off entirely. So I think that's, like, going to be, like, a really sneaky good card out of the board for decks like Miracles and the 4-color Leovold decks that are running around, so...
Yeah, them 4-color Leovold decks. But you know what's great? It doesn't really hurt my deck, Maverick.
Yeah, it's true. Punishing Jund escapes unharmed until you're trying to punishing combo people and then you miscount your mana and you're just
that's fine. If they bring it in just for that, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, no, it seems awful in that matchup.
Yeah, it seems.
All right. Either way, I think that is. I think that's all for the Paradise Games Modern tonight. We're gonna be back with. At least 4 rounds of standard action tomorrow.
And probably a top 8.
We're probably going to cut to a top 8 as well. So
considering the turnout for the last one, I'd be surprised if we don't
go to a top 8 with the next one. Yeah, I would be as well. So be sure you guys come in and check that one out. We have a YouTube channel. If you guys missed any of the sweet action tonight, you know, be sure. that was sorry. Just open the door. The deck is trash.
You think 5-color humans tomorrow?
Probably, but let us sign off
Let's
first.
Finish this off,
sorry, we're getting intrusions here. Anyway, I was saying, we're gonna have standard tomorrow, 4 rounds, probably cut into a top 8. We're going to be, if you're missing any of our previous Magic coverage, we had Pauper yesterday that got covered. We had 4 rounds of Modern today. We're gonna have more standard tomorrow. If you're missing any of it, be sure to check out the Paradise Games YouTube channel. So it's Paradise Games on YouTube. You get all of the VODs. We upload them all there, so you can check out. You know, you can hear more of my beautiful voice because I know people at home can't get enough of that.
Well, I can't get enough of your voice.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
I'm about to go home and watch these videos.
Yeah, you should go home and watch me flame Min for like a solid 40 minutes in round 3 about just very subtle misplays with human stacks.
That's all I want.
Well, he just crushed him in 2 games, but
that's human, right? You're like, I'm gonna play this freebooter, and then a meddling mage, and then I'm gonna copy my meddling mage, and you don't get to play your spells.
Yeah. So the modern video should be up tomorrow. Friday. It takes about 24 hours to get videos up. You know, we gotta. Our guy Brad has a life. We would like to thank Brad actually, and everyone who's been working on this. Brad is our producer guy behind the scenes. You guys never see him on camera, but he's really the one who makes sure that this can all happen.
I'd also like to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in with us.
So for us at Paradise Games, I have been Alex.
I'm Jaws.
Yeah, and also not in the booth, but joined us tonight. We had Patrick Merrifield and Adam Hockemeyer that helped us out on the couch here in casting. And I think we will see you guys tomorrow for some standard action. Have a good night.
Good night.
Tusk on the side. Horrible. So if you want to miss, do I play Hazard or Direct
changed it to Dragon Knight to Dragon Knight.
Well, see, I'm actually sad that my simplest map go back. That's what I'm saying. When you focus on one player, that's why I need to focus on.
But also like first place.
Sure.
Play Wyvern Gunner.
Should add up your trigger. Do you want a Gideon too, you said?
Possibly.
I'm calling it for 60 bucks.
Possibly. Well, we're done with this.
Smith realizes like a scholar.
Yeah.
He has 50 cents. Unless it's a shiny version, then it's 75 cents. So it's what? Earn $21. Burning Cacums is 45. Don't say you've gone off.
Go up, monitor, and make a fly like the wind.
You said your normal. That's respectable. $8 each. So 16 plus 45. 61. Slaughter pile.
It's also
I know it's
250 for a slaughter pile. Smart master.
You don't put it. I actually, the list is just blue, right? Yeah, you don't want it. Yeah, but you tap out of it.
Stop slashing from the
I don't even know why you're doing that.
And the area is 675.
Okay.
6350.
Right. We're not gonna get to the card.
Oh yes, we will.
I don't, because I'm already like on the fence of this card.
Oh really?
So, no, the pack can go. I've had enough fun with my slaughter pack. It's also unnecessary.
We're gonna bought this one.
These are for sure.
The major instances, but this was the one that came in my original series.
Yeah, I'll complete my place.
I don't regret trading lunches. I want to play my monitor network different.
Yeah, this was like LP.
These holidays?
No, the monsters.
Oh, yeah.
I'm playing. It turns out I'm playing Miracle and Legacy. So
Oh,
now all ones in my deck. Yeah, as it turns out, like we were like, hey guys, as it turns out, we have all of Miracles between the four of us.
Okay.
So
Let's play Miracle.
I was like, I guess we are 2 monastery mentors away from just owning Miracles. So I was like, yeah, I'll play
I
Miracles.
have 2 others to trade. Well, I have 4. I don't know if I'm gonna break up the set.
Yeah.
175.
Yeah, we're gonna get 2 colonnades. We'll get to 1 colonnade.
And see if we can get
That's
some
like,
out of
like
it.
no, we're gonna get I don't want to get rid of all this. I love my cards. They're beautiful cards.
450.
Sure. I'll get something else, like this glittering wood. I love glittering wood.
My main deck relic.
That's what my Esper deck was missing. We needed 3 for glittering wood.
That's nice all coming together.
Is that for trade?
No. I'll never get my engineered explosion. I'll never trade my
So this is not too much.
I can't play it. Yeah, I completely messed that game up. Actually, no, there's no way of doing it. Oh, he's gonna play 3 Lilianas in a row. Save the engineered explosives. I was like, God.
Let's hear this.
Hey, like, you want a crystal from me? This is what you want.
That's sweet, but I don't like.
Oh, he Storm took my Chandra. Oh no. Beautiful shot.
Is it Rattle Master for trade?
Okay.
We need them.
I turned 20 Rattle Masters. Wait, let's see. I turned Rattle Master at $20. I got rid of 8 of them for a Turtle. Turtle Guard was $200 at the time. But the good news is I bought like 25.
I think that trade's still in here.
I think you 100%. Oh yeah.
Even now, it's still good.
But I had bought more action at 28 Rattle Masters for 50 cents a piece when it was spoiled. Oh yeah. This card's insane, people. You don't know.
That's a good spec.
Yeah.
I bought 25
You got me a top. That's really good.
Yeah. And it sat on for like the entire hour second. I was like, you guys can just wait. As soon as
Yeah.
we get the sword
How much are they now?
it's on 16.
Yeah, cards are
So all for 15. I paid for my rent for like 3 months with it.
Sure, yeah.
I paid for rent for 3 months off of my Scarab Invention.
Yeah, right? It's like, that's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I was like, well, I did it.
I think so. They're all worth nothing.
Reprints, got it way down.
Also, so this those deck that used to play. Also banned mediation. For good reason. But
Hockemeyer 24 if you're running 5 drops. As far as 6 mana cards are good, EDH is kind of the only market that holds it up anymore.
Yeah, but you don't have a reliable way to
one of
get
those
those
now.
because you're not like
This is all for 2 points.
And 2 myth realize.
The myth realized.
Well, one of the guys.
Yeah, I saw that. He was playing like.
Yeah, so he has everything else except 2 myth realize. And like he's got like all the he's got the 300.
Yeah, I know.
Just like you get 2 myth realize.
16,
So cool. I think you kind of
But why? Why am I doing this?
Taking that out.
$9 card.
You're just taking stuff.
I think
I'm still not sure about the Nahiri, by the way.
okay, so that's 6.
Yeah, like everything else I don't really care about. But the Nahiri,
No. Okay.
I made my mind.
Okay, put it back.
You gotta play 4.
You want the foil Nahiri?
You're playing 4.
Yeah,
Find your Emmerfalls.
not necessarily.
I miss that modern deck. Just that Nahiri.
Yeah. The Huntmaster.
They're 950. We were so close to
Trade one of these for
real
real.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bad man.
So I need a
Do you have a trade on you?
$6.
Yeah.
Because you really have no way to trade.
Here's some stuff, there's some other stuff.
It was like $1.
Oh, okay.
You might ever try to get out of their hands with that top 30.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so shiny.
That's why I keep that in as a momentum.
Alright.
To my favorite
It's a
set.
large combination of jank and stuff that's not too much. So just sift through the jank. There's a lot of bad Shadows rares because I started drafting in Shadows and I didn't have a place to put my rares.
You can delay it. You can strip him and
Yeah.
That's one binder. This is probably the binder you'd be more interested in.
Probably.
I don't think you guys play EDH at all.
I have.
Why would I want to do that?
it's X.
Which one is it?
I don't think that's that.
But I do play like bad cards in Legacy, so maybe there's some EDH players.
Such as no, guess is but guess
Oh, that's not the deck I'm currently. So normally play Aspertold. In Legacy is
What?
It's hot.
It's always hot. I was like, this
Yeah,
is
they're all hot.
they're sweet.
No, it's
Yeah, I got like 10 of them for $10.
infinitely worse off.
Super weird. I just slotted them straight in the EDH decks.
Because you're still thinking like,
Great.
I think I like another Inquisition over the ladder.
Yeah, they are.
I was like, because I have most of these.
Yeah, I would play a Smasher over
Oh, I thought there was a newer manager. I know it's weird.
Ignore my that my job took a copy of that I went to the interview before I was going for the game, and I was like, oh well, I needed to not get crinkled, so I'm just gonna shove it in my trade.
I hate auto
Yeah, I know there's nothing I'm looking for at this time, but if you're something you're
I think that's one of the best already. It's like that.
Yeah, no, I want like these, so that'll work too.